Summon Sign is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Welcome to episode 92 of Summon Sign, Last Stand Media's weekly in-depth game discussion podcast. I'm your host, as always, Brad Ellis, and joining me, I have an awesome crew today. First, we're going to start off with Mr. Gene Park of the Washington Post. Gene, how are you today?
Good. Just had a nice long weekend of just playing a ton of video games.
Excellent.
And just happy to have our special guest here. So let's introduce him right now.
Yeah, when I posted this, people were excited about having him on. But yes, our special guest is Mr. Radec. I don't know what we want to call it. We'll just call him Radec. I don't want to dox you and put out your real name there or anything like that. But
yeah, appreciate it.
He's Real Radec on Twitter. You guys know he is PlayStation super fan, I would say. He's all over there. Sure. He's a big troll as well. He has caught many people in the audience, in the community. He's trolled many of them.
He's trolled Colin.
He's trolled Colin. Yeah, Colin. We're going to get into that. We're going to get to Radec's history and all that, how he's got into games and all that kind of shit, because I'm curious about all that stuff.
Me
but
too.
Before we do, please check us out on patreon.com/laststandmedia if you'd like to support us. You can get early ad-free access to this show as well as all of our other shows and the ability to write into our shows, ask questions, all that good stuff. So we greatly appreciate it if you support us over there. And if you want some merch, like what Gene is wearing, a Sacred Symbol shirt, go to laststandmedia.store. Micah will send it to you from their house. Gene has seen the merch pile where they do all that kind of stuff. So if you want to get some stuff sent to you via Micah, head over there. Let me read this. This is from Alexis. Howdy.
Oh, no.
Remember when Colin told Radec to pick a lane after he baited him with fake news about Kendrick having the Sacred Symbols for his halftime show in honor of PlayStation? When is Radec going to confront Joe Budden? I don't know. I saw you guys talking about this. I don't know who he is. We'll get into this.
Man, you're not tapped in at all, bro.
I'm not tapped in. I've talked to you about this, Radec. I have no idea what's going on. I speak for everyone when I say we are all waiting for Radec to drop his Concord Platinum video.
Jesus.
All right, so Radec, you baited Colin about Kendrick Lamar at halftime show. What was your reaction when you heard him say that on the show?
So to be more specific, and shout out to Alexis, I just knew he was going to write in with like a troll question going through my digital footprint. But so Kendrick did have the PlayStation Sacred Symbols during his Super Bowl halftime show. That part is true.
Yeah.
The part I added is that he was inspired by a childhood game of his, Patapon. And that's the part I made up. And then Colin, I think he said that on the podcast. And then a week later, someone corrected him. Colin, shout out to Colin, but you got a little salty there. Just a little bit of salt.
He did, yeah.
It's not like he was a journalist that he could easily vetted to see if that was accurate or not. But just throwing that out there.
There you go.
But
that's my boy Radec right there.
Yeah. Now, Gene, I think you're expressing your frustration to me, not about the Patapon thing, but last year when I tweeted out a joke that DJ Academics, out of all people, leaked a PlayStation showcase. And then the thing I like about you, Gene, is you read that headline and you immediately know that it's bullshit, right? Because why would DJ Academics have PlayStation contacts at all? He has music industry contacts for sure, but in terms of PlayStation, definitely not. And then I see IGN Brazil report on it, Game Rant, Screen Rant, all these journalists. And just to be clear, when I make these tweets, there's clearly jokes. I'm not I'm going to expose gaming media. Oh, look at all these crazy journalists. Right. I'm not really about that. I'm just
just fucking around.
Yeah, just fucking around. But in retrospect, it's It's is this? It kind of made me think. It's you guys should really do your research when you're reporting on these rumors and leaks, because as I said, that's what I like about Eugene. It's guys, DJ Academics is he's not he's not a video game leaker at all. Why would he know anything about this? So yeah, and the same thing with the Joe Budden Kratos thing.
Yeah, so it's pronounced Joe Budden.
Yeah,
Joe Budden. Talk to me. Like, what the fuck?
Joe Budden. Oh man,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah.
I don't know.
My heart sank when I heard that.
Bro, that's some fucking Zoomer shit. I can't keep up, dude.
Bro, Joe Budden's an old head. Like he made music during your time.
Who the fuck is he? He's a musician. I have no idea who this guy is.
He's a rapper. He's an old school rapper, and I was gonna say he's old, but then I realized recently that he is only 1 year older than me. So.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. Joe Budden. Button. Button. Why is it spelled Budden?
Joe
But
Budden.
it's pronounced button. Why can't you just spell like how you spell button? God damn it. Fucking English. Anyways, Radec, what caused you to do this?
So like my rise in Twitter, in quotes, so to say, it was never really planned. Like I always liked video games my whole life, and shout out to my older brother. He's the one who kind of introduced me to the hobby. Had like a PS1, PS2 growing up, SNES, Wii, PS3, all that good stuff. So I really credit my older brother in getting me into like tapped into gaming, like more hardcore gaming per se. And then like I started my Twitter account and I realized like there's tons of Nintendo content creators, a lot of Xbox content creators as well. But I always felt like there was like a gap with PlayStation specifically. Because you got your Mystic Orions, of course, Colin, Podcast Beyond, all those guys. Shout out to Weapon Wheel and Good Gaming. But like I felt like like I'm actually kind of surprised there isn't as much a PlayStation content creation specifically centered around the brand. And like since I have like such an autistic knowledge of PlayStation, I was like, all right, might as well just share my love for the brand, all the random info that I know. And thankfully and unexpectedly, I started blowing up on Twitter. As I was talking to you, Brad, before the show began, like Gene was, and not to glaze you, Gene, right away, but I think you retweeted two of my tweets in like late 2023. One of them was when I compared Horizon to the Avatar franchise. It's like, is Horizon the Avatar of gaming? Like no cultural relevance despite selling millions of copies, shit like that. And I gained over like 1,000 plus followers that weekend. I'm like, holy shit, like what the fuck? And then ever since then, it's been just like a cascading effect of momentum. And I've been really thankful ever since.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. I gotta tell you, Lockmort found out you're on the show and he was very pleased as well. He's like,
shout out to Lockmort, man.
Radec,
he's a great guy.
Awesome. Yeah, Lockmort is very funny. For the audience, it's really funny. Radec's in my streams a lot of times, and I talk to Radec kind of like at least once a week, I feel like, and I treat Radec as like my Zoomer connection when I'm like, because as you know, Joe Button or where the fuck his name is, I don't know what's going on with a lot of shit anymore. So I tap into Radec to give me what the kids are saying nowadays, even though Joe Button is an old head.
Thing is, I'm becoming an old head. Like I turned 27 like 2 weeks ago, so I'm getting there. Like I'm definitely reaching old head status for sure.
You're still like the youngest contact we have though at the network. So
oh really? That's funny. Oh man.
No, I'm sure there's younger listeners, but that we talk to frequently.
Gotcha.
Most of us are pretty old. Well, at least we're fucking old in college.
Sometimes I feel bad. Like I type in a term sometimes. Like, is Brad gonna understand this? Like, hopefully he does. Yeah.
But it is funny just hearing your dialogue and stuff like that and how you speak. Very different. But I appreciate it. It's cool. I love getting perspective.
For sure.
And I love that you're such a PlayStation fan. Like you and me were talking about folklore and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
And how you picked up recently, and I've been wanting to play it forever.
Yeah, Folklore is a cool game. Yeah, I've been getting a real kick out of PS3 nostalgia lately. Still have my PS3. I've been buying more games like this one right here, actually.
Oh,
what do we got? Metal Gear Rising.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I also have to buy the DLC. It just reminded me myself of that. But yeah, like been playing a lot of PS3, a lot of Vita too, as well. Been playing Sly Cooper 4 on there again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's been very heartwarming. Like I can tweet about like, I don't know, Siphon Filter or Twisted Metal or like this random niche or niche IPs on Twitter, like that not a lot of people are talking about, which is kind of surprising to me as a PlayStation fan. That's one thing I realized is like I'm very blessed to grow up during the PS3 era when Sony was actually like putting out games. Well, putting out games both in quantity and in quality. And then I feel like a lot of new gen PlayStation fans started with PS4, right?
Right.
So like they don't know anything about Resistance or Puppeteer, even something like, you know, When Vikings Attack, Fat Princess, like the more niche stuff, or even like the more popular stuff. Like I'm kind of, it's kind of sad that like, yeah, people don't really talk about Killzone or Resistance or Motorstorm, things that were like kind of huge during the PS3 era. So
yeah,
it's been nice like being like that guy who like always brings up these franchises. Like, yeah, let's not forget these, you know.
Yeah,
It's always nice to give like a nice reminder.
So PS3 is what you grew up playing?
Yeah, I would say that's like the console. I had a PS2 and PS1, but like when I started like developing my brain and like being really tapped into like gaming media outlets, it was during the PS3 era for sure.
Okay. Tao Tanzua wrote and said, since Radec is joining today, I will ask, will PS3 ever be considered retro?
It is retro.
Yeah.
It is retro.
Yeah,
that's what I was like.
It is retro.
Like, it is. It's fucking old.
It is funny how generations work, because I remember like even during the early PS3 era, PS1 was considered retro. And that was only like 10 years old, 15 years old.
10 years old is retro. 10 years old is old, you know?
I
10
agree.
years old is when you go to the oldie station on radios. So it's already happened.
PS3 is almost 20 years old, right? It came out in 2006. Yeah.
And I hate the argument. Like some people say, well, it has an HDMI port and we still use HDMI. That's like, that doesn't mean it's retro. It's like, guys, like HDMI is literally like 2 decades old. Like just because it has like tech we still use today doesn't mean it's not retro, you know? So PS3 is definitely retro.
A 1980s Mitsubishi car still has wheels. This doesn't mean it's retro.
Yeah, like
it was an engine. Yeah,
it has an engine. Come on, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of a silly argument in my opinion. But yeah, shout out PS3. What's your favorite PlayStation generation, Radec?
As I said, PS3.
PS3?
I think it had the perfect storm of both quality and quality. And in a variety of genres. It's like, look at the racing genre, for example. Sim Racer, Gran Turismo. More arcade racers, you got MotorStorm, you got Wipeout. You want Kart Racer, Little Big Planet Karting, Mod Nation Racers. So that one genre alone, you got 5 different franchises, all from Sony.
Yeah.
And then you have stuff like Infamous. If you want shooters, you got Killzone, Resistance, MAG, SOCOM. Platformers, you got Puppeteer, Sly Cooper 4, a shit ton of Ratchet and Clank games. That's when they started experimenting with the more like PSN smaller titles. So of course you got your Pixel Junk games, Fat Princess, When Vikings Attack, even like random stuff like Crash Commando and Elefunk, like stuff like nobody talks about anymore. Linger in Shadows, fighting games with PlayStation All-Stars. You got a Twisted Metal game, and of course Last of Us, Uncharted, all that good stuff. So like in terms of variety, like I feel like it would have to be PS3.
There's a lot of variety from first party perspective for sure.
Oh yeah, like Tokyo Jungle 2. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
it was really when first party started to come together for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
PS3 is the generation, definitely. It seems like. How do you feel about current PlayStation right now? Are you happy with them right now? Concerned?
Mixed bag, I would say. Mixed bag, because like the games we have been getting, for the most part, have been great. I would say Astrobot, of course. Shout out to Team Asobi and Nicholas Duce. And of course, Santa Monica has been killing it with God of War. Sucker Punch is probably going to kill Yōtei. I haven't played it yet, but I have no doubt it's excellent. But like, it's always the opportunity cost, right? Because you hear about all these canceled games. Like, we could have got a Twisted Metal game. It's like, oh man, Last of Us Factions. Oh man. Even something like the Spider-Man multiplayer concept they had. I know it wasn't far along, but that alone sounds way more exciting as a proposition for a PlayStation multiplayer game than Fair Games or Concord or even buying Bungie and Marathon. And it's like, I don't think it's a coincidence that the worst acquisitions in PlayStation history happened during the Herman Hulst, Jim Ryan era, let's just say.
Very interesting.
Dude, it's so crazy that they couldn't just make a multiverse Spider-Man multiplayer game. Dude, like
ridiculous, dude.
Like all the multiverse Spider-Man already there with all the costumes. Like you don't even need to make new costumes. You know? It's so frustrating.
It's so frustrating, man, because all the canceled games sound way cooler than the games that they're working on right now. Like,
yeah,
I would take that Twisted Metal game any day of the week over Fair Games.
Okay, just
Any.
you know that they had a Last of Us factions build where you just fight. It's just Tommy versus Joel versus Scars or whatever like that, and they just trash it all, Yeah. And it wasn't going to be a live service. It wasn't going to be a thing that lives forever, but it was going to be a pretty cool game that was going to last us for like a good 6 months. And it's too bad that we don't get that anymore,
I don't know.
What do you think percentage chance, Radec, here that Fair Games gets canceled?
I'm leaning towards 80-20 in favor of it getting canceled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The thing is, I think Concord, people don't realize like Concord has become like a symbol for failures of AAA gaming. And I feel like if Sony releases like another failure like Concord, it's going to look bad, especially on Herman Hulst. Like, I really think if they launch Fair Games and it suffers the same fate as Concord, he's going to be gone.
Yeah.
And I just don't think they can afford like a hit like that again. So I feel like it's just better for them to cancel it, move on. But it's just like the opportunity cost, as I said. It's like imagine you like invested those resources into something else. Like, you can't make a game nobody wants. Like, and the fact that they spend hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars on it, I assume so. Like, I assume this is like a $200 million game at this point. Jade Raymond left. Apparently, like, the playtests weren't received well. I'm surprised that they haven't announced a cancellation yet, to be honest. So we'll see.
Yeah, it feels like it could just happen any moment now. It's like we're all just kind of waiting and expecting it at this point, it feels like.
Yeah, we're all waiting for that PlayStation tweet, like an update on Haven Studios with like the black PlayStation logo as the picture.
Yeah, they definitely need to get their shit together in a lot of regards, that's for sure. But we're going to talk about something positive from them now that's just coming out. Ghost of Yōtei, which, Gene, you played through. You did a review for Washington Post. It's out in the wild, so if people want to go read it and read all your thoughts on that, they can go do that. Let me read this before we get into everything, though. This is from Ding Dong. Yo, what's up, guys? Gene, I saw you're playing Ghost of Yōtei. How are you liking it? Did you catch Digital Foundry's breakdown, and which mode are you playing on? I'm especially interested in the Ray Tracing Pro mode on PS5 Pro. 60 FPS with ray trace visuals. The game looks stunning, and I can't wait to experience it myself. Gene, did you mess with any of these kind of settings?
Yes, sir. Ding dong. I did indeed play with across both ray tracing modes. There's ray tracing mode 30 FPS and 60 FPS. I actually decided to stick with 30 FPS for a good chunk of the time, actually.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Okay. The reason why, one, is because I don't mind 30 FPS at all.
Same.
Two, I played original Ghost of Tsushima at 30 FPS on PS4, right? So, three, all the cutscenes match only 30 FPS. So for me to like retain that samurai cinematic feel, it feels weird that like it's always jarring to me whenever like I don't want to know when it's gameplay time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, oh yeah,
it goes from like 30 to 60.
Yeah. As soon as everyone's talking in 30 FPS, and then all of a sudden Atsu, the main character, is just moving in 60 FPS soap opera mode, I'm just like, all right, game time. Time to play my game. No, I don't want to feel like that. You know, I want to feel like oh, now she's done talking. Now it's time for Atsu to do shit. Right. That said, not saying that 60 FPS mode is bad. So I play 30 FPS mode mostly through the main quests. When I was doing cleanup stuff, when I'm doing side quests, when I'm playing that Watanabe mode, which we can talk about later, I did play in ray tracing mode Pro 60 FPS because it looks gorgeous. It looks fantastic. Looks like a living painting as you're just racing across the fields in 60 FPS with all those colors and the world and everything like that, and the hip hop, the lo-fi hip hop music playing, really great stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, we don't have to really talk about any of the story or anything like that, but I am curious, just kind of your overall thoughts, Gene, before we dive into more specific things.
It's funny because the story is to me the most important part of Ghost of Yōtei.
Well,
Actually.
you could, I guess, just like we don't have to talk about details of the
No,
story.
no. Yeah, I definitely won't spoil it. But my review mostly focused on the story because the story is the most significant part and the most significant change of Ghost of Yōtei over Tsushima. So longtime listeners know that I did not like Ghost of Tsushima's main story. I like the side quests. So I wouldn't say Ghost of Tsushima had bad writing, but the main quests left me feeling really, really bored and annoyed and frustrated. I did not like the story about, the Ghost of Tsushima is about the Mongolian army invading Tsushima, right? Yep. And then Jin and his family are caught in the middle of it. And Jin wants to fight back using, dirty tactics like, stealth action. And his uncle is like, no, Jin, you can't do that. You're samurai. You have to be honorable, blah, blah, blah. And the whole, fucking 60 printed set of stories about that shit. And who fucking cares, right? Ghost of Yōtei is a revenge story where Atsu's family is slaughtered. Very, very cliche, That's the same story as Assassin's Creed Shadows, by the way, right?
Yeah, I remember people saying that.
Yeah, very, very cliche. But that's like saying Kill Bill is just another revenge story. The revenge story that they tell here is excellent. I wouldn't say it's the weird thing about Sony PlayStation first party games. Not all of them, but quite a bit of them are about revenge. Right. Last of Us Part 2 being the most prominent of all. And I still think that's the best revenge story. I still think it's a great revenge story. Spider-Man 2, for some reason, was about revenge.
God of War games.
God of War is all about revenge, right?
Yeah.
But Spider-Man 2 was weird about it, too, because it's like, why does Miles want revenge? It's, right. Like they just kind of invented like this revenge like arc for him, and it's like no one really cares if Miles wants revenge, honestly. Right? Like that shit was like 6 years ago. It's silly that we're talking about this now. But Yotei's revenge story is so satisfying. It gets to all the right places. There's no like Atsu's like, oh my god, well revenge might be so bad though. No, she's out for blood. And she's gonna get it, and that's why like Atsu is way more the true ghost than Jin Sakai ever was. Because Jin Sakai is like kind of like stumbling into the ghost or whatever like that. Like he's just like, ooh, I'm a ninja now, I'm a ghost or whatever like that. Whereas Atsu she is literally like a monster, tearing across the land, and like people fear her. And people fear her in ways that like they never fear like Arthur Morgan or John Marston or any other open world protagonist. Like Atsu is like, oh fuck, Atsu's in town,
like Batman.
She's a little bit closer to Batman. She's a myth.
Yeah,
she's a legend. She's awesome, and she's gonna get shit done.
Like Deacon St. John. Right.
That's right. Exactly like Deacon. Exactly like Deacon. Yeah. Yeah. She have her own booze man.
She doesn't have her own boozer. Yeah. She doesn't have her own boozer. She does have a cast of characters, and that part I won't spoil.
Cool.
But the cast of characters are great. There's no like force. Like I really didn't like the forced romance in Ghost of Tsushima. It's like it was so unbelievable. It was so poorly written.
Oh, with Yuna, right?
With Yuna, yeah. It's like, oh, they're just getting drunk and they just had half a sip of sake and now they're just like talking about their feelings and their past or whatever. It's so cliche. So cliche. None of that is here. That's why, like I said in Ghost of Yōtei's story, it's like there's nothing here that goes in the cringe compilation. There's no weird Spider-Man 2 quoting Katy Perry all of a sudden kind of thing. Spider-Man 2, Harry Osborn quotes Katy Perry for some reason. There's no weird sudden like modern morality system or whatever like that, where it's like, oh my god, no, like wow, this is just like modern times or anything like that. There's nothing like that. There's nothing that indicates that this was written by anyone in the modern times other than this is like a Hollywood blockbuster movie, and it's a good one. Nothing here goes in cringe compilation. Nothing weird. No weird Sony writing nonsense. This is just a great story. It's awesome. That's all I gotta say, really.
Very good. Okay.
Dope.
Very pleased to hear that.
Gameplay wise, Yeah, what questions do you have gameplay wise? I guess.
I guess just first of all, like, what's the biggest difference from 1 to 2? Do you think?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Nope.
Well, like, let's talk about the multiple weapons. That's a huge change in my
That is the
opinion.
biggest
yeah.
difference. Yeah.
Okay.
Still not a lot, honestly.
Okay.
The different weapons basically just replaces the stances in function.
Okay. Yeah, they got
Okay.
the
All right.
stances for that.
Whereas
Okay.
you had I'm forgetting the name, but like the wind stance I think was for shields or whatever like that in Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now for shields you get the Kurisugama, the ball and chain and the sickle.
Mhm.
You do get one more weapon. I don't know if the people talked about, but you do get one more weapon than there is stances in Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll keep it secret for now, I guess.
Sure, whatever. But essentially, but the Kurisugama was already shown, the ball and chain, and the dual katanas as well, right?
Yeah, and I think they showed a spear, I want to say.
And a spear too, yeah.
Yeah,
So I'll just leave
yeah.
the last weapon alone,
Yeah, we'll keep that secret.
Not like a huge secret or whatever like that, but it's a cool
Yeah, I
weapon,
know.
right? But yeah, you earn these through learning from different masters as you go along. But the funny thing though is that you're fighting all these different enemy types the whole way through with one katana.
Yeah.
But when you get these different stances, then you can switch them up to make these certain enemy types a little easier to kill.
Mhm.
That's really about it, honestly.
Yeah.
Do
Do they feel cool? Did you enjoy using them?
They feel cool. It feels cool to whip out a katana, just a one-on-one sword fight, and then when you see more people, you're like, okay, well, you want to bring in the big guns? Let me bring out my other sword, and then it's super fun to use the dual katanas. Definitely the most fun for me. I didn't really like using the Kurisugama actually. It wasn't that cool. I actually think Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is a much worse game, to be clear, the story is worse. The fighting is worse. The stealth is better in Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'll give it that.
I have questions about that.
Yeah, totally. The stealth is better because Ghost of Yōtei and Ghost of Tsushima are basically not stealth games. Very basic stealth. The stealth
Very
in Ghost
basic.
the stealth in Ghost of Yōtei is not that much more sophisticated than Ghost of Tsushima. So that's why I gave it a 3.5 out of 4 stars, is because there's almost nothing I can say about the game itself, the gameplay, that is so significantly different from Tsushima that people who didn't like Tsushima that much, and I love Tsushima. Tsushima was pretty much my favorite PS4 game of all time, besides Bloodborne, right? But if you didn't like Tsushima, then there's nothing Yōtei that I think will really convince you otherwise, because it's really the same game. Going around cutting down bamboo trees to get more spirit to get.
Oh, I loved doing that.
I love it. I love that shit.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah.
I love finding a new hot spring and then getting more health. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you see Atsu's butt, full cheeks.
Oh yeah, because you got
nice.
Jin's.
Yeah, you got Jin's butt.
Person.
So now we got full lady cheeks here. So that's a win for everybody, I think. What else?
I have a question. The enemy AI. I remember when I reviewed the first one, I thought the AI was like a little, or was too dumb, too easy to exploit, especially from a stealth perspective. Does it feel improved here?
No, totally. It's the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's again, this is very very basic stealth. The guys are like, "Ooh, what's going on in the grass over there?" And then you get stealth killed.
Yeah.
You don't even pull them into the grass or anything like that. It's just very very simple stealth. The enemies find a body and then they just go on alert and then you just kill them all. Whatever that. The nice thing is that you do get tools, but again, you got tools again in Tsushima. Tsushima was already like a really robust game. You get smoke bombs and then you can stealth kill everybody. You can do the same thing here.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a question about the because I know Tsushima had weapon charms, which were pretty much like perks for your character.
Mhm.
I remember one I really used was like your wind chimes will have a poison effect, so that's like like another tool in your arsenal. Are there any like new charms in Yōtei that stood out to you?
Not really. No.
Oh, interesting.
Still kind of the same. Yeah. One new tactic in the combat I forgot to add is that you can pick up enemies weapons and throw them. That's cool.
Yeah. That is cool.
Nice.
Because it doesn't happen all the time, but there's quite a bit of enemies that will just drop weapons, and when you're surrounded by enemies, it's really really fun and engaging to just be like, okay, well, let me just like sprint over to that weapon, use R2 to pick it up real quick, and just real slick style, and just like press Y to toss it, and you can target it to the nearest enemy or far enemy. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You get a skill tree that can increase that power to make it like a one-shot kill. But it's already so strong already that it'll take out like a massive amount of damage for anybody, if not killing just like your regular grunts already. Skill tree again, very basic. Again, you get more attacks. You get cool attacks. I mean, that's the thing about Tsushima versus Yōtei is that like the combos are better. There's a lot more combos with the dual katanas. There's a lot more interesting things to do with the triangle button, holding it down to sheath it, and then do a lightning strike, and then do follow-up combos off of that, which is just, again, triangle. I did see a viral tweet about Wolverine's combat.
Yep.
Say, oh, the button combo combination to pull this off is X X X X X X X X X X X X X X.
Yeah.
That's Ghost of Yōtei combat right there.
These aren't like hardcore action games in that sense.
No, yeah, these are cinematic action games. They're meant for you to look cool and feel cool. Yeah. But otherwise, you're pressing square, hold triangle. That's what it is. But that's every game that you can pull down.
Sure. Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that it looks cool. The animations are way different. That's the thing. Like they're not the same as they didn't just put Jin's character model onto a girl and they call it a day. When she does a parry, that's pretty much the same, right? But then she has different parries with like the different weapons, which is super fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then all the kill animations are completely different. I don't think they repeat a single one from Jin Sakai's kill animation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So nothing like God of War, because God of War, like Kratos is just doing a lot of the same stuff, And then there were some new animations too, but with Atsu, it's a completely new set of animations, I think. Pretty much, and they're all great. Like even with the basic katana, she'll stab somebody and just like kind of drag his body along. Really, really cool stuff.
Yeah. I remember when the first one came out, they added lethal mode later on.
Lethal mode is not here.
Okay, it's not here.
Man.
That's not yet. They'll probably save that for later.
I probably would have done lethal mode at the start. Lethal mode is awesome, and it is disappointing that they didn't put that here. But
yeah, they'll add that later, I'm sure. Okay, I was just curious about that. Let's talk about the open world structure and everything, Gene. So first game, you had like the wind kind of guiding you and stuff around. That was your like marker, I'd say. That's back, right? It's like the same thing. Okay.
Same. Yeah.
Anything cool, new activities you do in the world? First game, we had like the foxes, we had the bamboo cutting, the hot springs.
Oh my God.
Can't remember what else is there.
Haikus.
No haikus this time. It's songs.
Okay.
So that's the cool thing about Atsu, that she's a musician. She plays the shamisen, the little Japanese guitar. Passed down a talent passed down from her mother. So she's kind of continuing that tradition. The cool thing though is that as she's like writing these songs, like it's kind of reflecting her journey. You get some flashbacks and stuff. The flashbacks are so good in this game. Again, another very cliche storytelling bit, but she's always flashing back to the night that her family was killed, and every time she flashes back, you kind of find out more information about it. And it's not information that you as a player need to get going, but it is information that will make the player mad again, when she suddenly, because it's kind of going through her trauma. So when she's re-traumatizing herself by remembering another extra detail about that night, you're just like, oh, fucking Day did that,
You motivated, I suppose.
Yeah, it's always keeping you motivated
for hours, just dicking around and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But then you're like, oh yeah, I'm on a mission.
Yeah, exactly. Like the open world, like you're gonna forget like why you're even there in the first place, right? But then when you start the quest again, it's like, oh, there's a flashback. It's like, oh, that person did that night, because it's the Yōtei 6. There's 6 people that she wants to kill. There is Lord Saito, who is at the top, and then the 6 generals, and I won't spoil who they are, except the first 2's names is called the Oni and the Kitsune, so it's like, oh, the Oni did this and the Kitsune did that,
That aspect reminds me of the Fiendish 5 from Sly Cooper 1, like another Sucker Punch game. Like, I kind of like how
there you go.
Yeah, the lineage between all their games is like really cool to see.
There you go. Exactly. And the platform, that's one thing about this game, is that like the platform, and Ghost of Tsushima, is that the platforming is so Sly Cooper. It's all about like, just precise jumps on the ledges and everything like that, and the handholds. It really does feel like Sly Cooper, the way they would just kind of stick onto certain parts.
Yeah.
It really does feel like Sly Cooper, but heavier, like heavy and impactful. The moving Atsu feels great. Again, back to the open world though. Again, not a lot to report here, man. It's the same stuff. Like I said earlier, bamboo strikes instead of haikus, it's songs. So you're finding out the lyrics to the songs. I like the lyrics better. I think they're better written. Again, it's all about the writing, really. The writing for these quests are better. The writing for the reason for cutting down these bamboo strikes to actually kind of like make it. There might be little stories of each bamboo strike, maybe. So someone trying to do something there, and they have a little flair in the bamboo strikes where when you cut one, there might be a little piece of bamboo that flies up, and then if you time that right, you get a little bonus for the cut. So it kind of makes it a little bit more interesting. Finding fox dens, finding there are a lot more side quest adventures. Again, there's more writing there, but because I was in a rush, I didn't do too much of them. Okay. I was doing the main quest mostly.
Gotcha.
But I did do side quests to get the weapons, and those were always really interesting. They were a little formulaic though. Every time you go to a weapon, you always have to go through a tutorial, and it's like, dude, I already know how to press triangle. Right. So it gets a little laborious. At the same time, though, again, the writing during these tutorial sections is interesting, though. So like. Yeah. The gameplay is boring, but then like what these masters are saying, or the reason why you're engaging with these masters, or the backstories of these masters, or how you're learning from these masters is always a little bit more interesting than what's actually happening on screen. A lot of walk and talks. This is just an open world game, so you're going to be it's going to be a lot of you running, jogging right next to another person and talking like in a normal speech pattern, as if you're not actually jogging. But you're just pressing up and you're just talking and you're getting to know this person. But again, what that person's saying is interesting. I'm actually being pulled along by what that person is saying, because it's like, oh, I'm kind of excited about where we're going, or why this person is taking me where they're going. The writing is the thing that pulls it all together and makes everything more interesting this time. But otherwise, if the writing wasn't there, then I probably would have rated this a much lower game, because it's the same game, really.
Well, talk to me about like oh, go ahead, Radical.
No, I was just going to ask, because I remember in the first game, there were like, I think during the side missions and some of the main missions, there were like, you had dialogue options that didn't really affect the outcome per se of the story.
Same.
It just like changed the same thing. Okay.
Same. Again, same thing here. But again, the writing is a lot better.
Nice.
The choices that you get make a lot more sense for both like sides. It isn't like this is an evil side, or this is the good option, or this is the honorable option.
Yeah, and it's not like Infamous in that way.
This is the dishonorable option. Watch out, Atsu, you're gonna be dishonorable. No, she doesn't give a fuck. It's all about like how she feels at the time. When she kills somebody, how does she feel? Does she feel good, or is she thinking about something else? Like the options always make sense. They always add to her character, and again, like that is kind of the same way when she's choosing options for her songs, or what she thinks about the sauna. Again, the same thing. Remember when Jin sits in the sauna, she's like, "Oh, what should I think about?" Same thing, But the writing is just better.
Yeah. Okay. Gene, talk to me about the world itself. So in the first game, we were on the island of Tsushima and stuff like that, exploring it, mountains to climb and all that kind of stuff. Do you feel like this location is more interesting? It is a different part of Japan this time around, but did you feel like going through wherever the location is was engaging? Were you wanting to explore and stuff like that?
Yes. It almost feels like this map is smaller overall. But better and more varied. Because the only varied location in Tsushima, I think, was a snowy area up north, and everything else was kind of like, here's a swampy area, and then here's like fields, right?
Right.
And then there's beaches, which are beautiful too, right? Tsushima is awesome. Like I don't want to talk down on Tsushima a lot because I fucking love Tsushima. You know, I actually played it again alongside Yōtei to kind of feel how different things are, and that's what confirmed to me, oh, they really made the same game. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yotei's world is just absolutely stunning. One great choice I love with the presentation is that when she's riding the horseback, they pull the FOV, the field of view, all the way back. For some reason, Ghost of Tsushima figured that when you're riding the horse, Jin and the horse's ass should take up like 40% of the screen, like most modern games, like fucking Kratos. Not so with this one. They actually realize, oh, the main attraction when riding a horseback is not the horse in Jin or Atsu, it's the world. So when you go out into this field, man, the camera just fucking pulls back like you're in fucking Shadow of the Colossus. It's gorgeous. You can see Mount Yōtei in the background. Mount Yōtei is an interesting location in that it is not a mountain you can climb. You see that mountain? You can't climb that. You can't climb that. Not
Maybe
naturally.
That would be DLC. You gotta pay to go to the mountain.
You will go to the mountain, but it's not a. But you go into a zone.
Scale it.
It's its own zone, and it's separated into the different zones.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You can even go to the top of the mountain, like just climb all the way up. But you're gonna get a cutscene that skips all the climb, and then you're kind of close to the top. And then you just climb the top.
It's not like Zelda.
It's not like Zelda. This is not Skyrim. You're not going to be hand-holding climbing for like 45 minutes just to get to the top of a mountain. They don't do that. But Mount Yōtei itself does have like a lot of interesting locations, including like, where you learn the dual katanas and everything like that. That happened. You find out in like the first 5 minutes of the game. That's not a spoiler. Like Mount Yōtei's there, go there, and that's when you find out really early on, oh, Mount Yōtei is not a climbable thing. It's just a destination and a zone. So Ezo is actually split up into different zones. There is a northern zone. There's a southern zone. And that's what kind of makes the game feel a little bigger than it is. But I think these zones are ultimately they might feel a little bit smaller than Tsushima. It's hard to tell because the map looks smaller, but the scale of it seems about huge. When you're on the ground and everything like that. But there's so much beautiful locations. Like all the fields are different colors: gold, pink, red, purple. Again, like Tsushima, but like the DLC of Tsushima added like purple colors into the world and everything like that too. And I feel like Yōtei kind of incorporates a lot of that in there too. Just a lot more colors and everything. But otherwise, it's kind of the same again too. There are abandoned camps. You go into the abandoned camp and you raid them, and then you kill everybody. You kill the leader. You get your material that you need for your upgrades. Upgrading is very, very easy in this game, actually. I got max upgrades for my swords really, really quickly somehow for some reason. It's like the upgrades aren't really like the point of the game. It's just to get yourself strong enough so you can just go kill more people, basically. Whereas Tsushima felt like it took me a while to get to like the top maximum cap for the katana. Because there's only one weapon, right? There's only Jin's katana.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
There are 5 different weapons that you can upgrade here. And those trees are smaller, but you get to them way faster. All of my weapons are upgraded immediately. Like, and again, I'm someone who only did the main quest, but I was picking up all this shit along the way, and just by doing that, I had enough shit to upgrade everything. So really, really easy. Upgrading your skill trees is also really easy. You get it from doing different side quests, different shrines that you can pray at, including the abandoned camps. So just clearing out abandoned camp will get you a new skill tree upgrade too. Really, really cool.
Okay. How about the armor sets? Did you like any of the armor sets for Atsu? Because like one thing for me, like during the state of play they showed, I'm like, I kind of like the cover art like default outfit the best. of the ones I've seen so far.
So
I'm
I
curious what
dig
you
it.
think.
So I'm with you in that I use the default armor set almost the entire time. I thought it looked cool. She gets a cool like fur coat, like that's a
Yeah,
cape. And that's just like aura farming. Like this game is like aura farming the video game, you know, where you can just stand over an enemy and like the wind is just blowing her fucking cape, and you just feel so fucking cool. You feel like the ghost, man. Her armor sets are better than Jin Sakai's. I didn't really like Jin Sakai's selection that much, so surprisingly. I always only use like either like the traditional like samurai kimono or the traveler set, which is the only one that had a cape, you know. Because it's like everything's windy. Like why don't I have more clothes that blow against the wind? It's weird, you know.
yeah.
Your whole game is about wind, so why is like only two of your outfits in this game in Tsushima only they only have capes? Everything else doesn't, right? Atsu has more capes. She has another armor set that was like a bounty hunter set that looks fucking awesome. She looks like a real warrior. You get ninja sets, you know, all that stuff. But the Onryo set, the ghost set, the yellow, the iconic yellow outfit, I really kept that on her mostly. But
Okay.
overall, I think that Yōtei has better armor sets though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the special features I guess they added. You talked about the Watanabe mode or whatever. You use that a lot?
Yeah, I sure did. So the Watanabe is a director of Samurai Champloo and also the director of Cowboy Bebop. So this guy's a legend. And he personally produced and selected tracks, hip hop tracks that basically take the original score of the game. And I'm forgetting the composer of the score. But he basically remixes the game soundtrack into a hip hop soundtrack. Real lo-fi, you know, listen while you study. Perfect open world music. Just replaces the whole open world soundtrack, and you're just hearing hip hop music when you go into battle. The beats drop harder, and then once you get out of the battle, it pulls back into the lo-fi hip hop. Really, really chill, really, really cool. You know, really like jazzy. It's perfect. Then there's a Takashi Miike mode, which pulls in the camera closer during combat, which I don't really like. Actually, again, I'm an FLV guy. I like having my camera pulled out. But you know, I get that for Miike mode. That's the mode. It's intimate combat, right? And then they basically turn up the dial for blood and mud for that mode.
Yeah.
I think this mode is kind of stupid. The blood is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love the blood. I love seeing just chunks of blood, just like spaghetti, like meatballs, just coming out of people. Right? It looks awesome. The mud is a problem. When Atsu like does like dash or whatever like that, she just like flings up like just a shit ton of mud, and it's like, bro, it's fall.
There.
It's fall here. You know, the ground is so dry. You are dashing on crispy ass leaves. Where is all this mud coming from? This is stupid. It looks stupid. Too muddy.
Yeah.
Too muddy.
Gotcha.
When it's in like in a rainy atmosphere, then it looks awesome. Then it actually looks like it's actually looking like it's evoking Miike. But otherwise, not a mode that I think you can just have on. Same with Kurosawa mode. I think Kurosawa mode fucking sucks.
That's a black and white one, right?
Just a black and white one, and all they do is just put a black and white filter over it. Akira Kurosawa wasn't just working on black and white film; he was working with black and white film. He was making certain choices that made different lighting choices using black and white. He was painting with black and white. This just puts a black and white filter over it and just calls it Akira Kurosawa mode. It's stupid. It was stupid in Tsushima, and it was stupid. It's stupid in this game. So
it's
a nice gesture, but I don't use it.
It's fine, but also like why would you play this game in black and white? It's so
exactly.
It's so beautiful in color.
It's like you're gonna take screenshots, I guess, or something. I don't know. In-game screenshots, maybe. I don't know what else.
I mean, it's stupid. Any person who actually watches Akira Kurosawa movies wouldn't use this mode anyways, you know. So it's like you're just pretending to you're just kind of LARPing as a cinema geek, you know, when you're really not. So Watanabe mode is really the only good mode.
Okay.
It's excellent. It's excellent. I highly recommend using it when you're going around just collecting the hot springs and the bamboo strikes, or even just cleaning out bandit caps. That's a lot of fun too. A lot of towns in this game too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. A lot of fishing villages, a lot of towns. The cool thing though is that like the blacksmiths, like the armor vendor and everything like that. Those are recurring characters. You just see those characters like, oh, Atsu, you're here too. It's very like video gamey, but they just happen to be at every single town at the same time, right? Which makes it fun because these are recurring characters. Again, the writing of this game is making you feel more connected to the world. So it's like, oh, it makes sense that you would be connected to like the shopkeep or whatever like that, or the innkeeper or the map maker or stuff like that. Yeah, and there's a map maker here, and he'll give you maps to different like secrets or locations and stuff like that too. And there's bounties as well. That's another thing in the open world that I forgot to mention. Bounties that lead to cool fights. Again, not that different. You're just collecting a bounty just to go to have a sword fight, but there's always a story there. There's always some kind of story there that makes it interesting. The bounty that you collect is interesting. Maybe there's a more moral thing that you got to deal with, or some plot twist or whatever like that. But really good stories all around. But again, basic open world gameplay. This game does nothing interesting with the open world formula. Period.
Okay.
So it does so little interesting with the open world formula that it kind of breaks sometimes, where it's like there is this samurai clan called the Matsumae, and they're not the kind that you're trying to kill. They didn't kill your family. They're actually against the clan that killed your family, right? But they don't trust you, you don't trust them, and they don't want you around their premises, right? At least in the story. But in the gameplay, I just walk up to the camp. I'm just walking around buying shit. They're like, hey, Atsu, how's it going, right? And then I literally walk out of the camp and I go to the quest marker. And then the samurai there is like, oh, we got to sneak you in real quick. They're not going to like that you're with me, And then you go in and they're like, what's she doing here? So it's like, that's how like not open world this is, in that like it doesn't really feel like you're kind of living in it. You're clearing checkpoints. That's what it is. Okay. This world is here for you to deal with, and that's about it, though.
One last thing I want to know is, I know you didn't get to do a lot of the side stuff, or there's still quite a bit for you to do, but one of my favorite things about the first game was like the character-specific side quests, and they all had like their own kind of like multi-part quest line and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Did you get a hint of anything like that here?
Character side quests, like for the cast?
Yeah, there's like specific characters that have like their own long quest line.
Yeah, like in Tsushima, like characters like Sensei Ishikawa, Lady Masako, all had like 8 or 9 different side quests attached to their storyline. I think something like that.
Nothing like that here, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Weird.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. No, I don't think anybody had any kind of like change the side quests. They're like, there's no loyalty quests or anything like that to do, like the Mass Effect quest where they're, oh well, let me finish like so and so's quest line or whatever like that. No.
Interesting.
A lot of the story just takes place in the main quest. And again, I could be wrong. I could be missing a lot, because I did rush this game. I did play this game for 40 hours, so it's not like I didn't surface level beat it, but it doesn't look like there's any kind of loyalty quest where like, oh, well, get to this end of this question. There are like weapon masters where if you find them, then you will learn a different move or whatever, right? But it doesn't seem like there's a daisy chain of quest lines to continue, and then like, yeah, I totally get what you mean. That you see those stories see the end. It doesn't seem that way here. All the quest lines are fairly short. There's no real like ongoing sagas that you're continuing on, really.
Okay.
And one last question for me, because I think you played every Sucker Punch game, Gene, since like Sly Cooper 1. Is this your favorite Sucker Punch game, or like do you think that this is like their best game?
Oh, I think this is the best game. Yeah, easily. I think
better than Infamous 2?
So the thing about the Infamous games is that like that's tough actually, because I do love the Infamous games. Like, see, that's the thing. Like the Infamous, like parkour and like the platforming feels like Tsushima's. You know, the way they would just like attach onto the wires or stuff like that. Like that's the same way like Atsu and Jin would just attach onto like the strings on like a bandit.
The tightrope, right?
Yeah, the tightrope and everything like that. Like the walking on the tightrope. That they have such a specific feel about walking across tightropes that I feel like no other studio has. You know. And that's present in Tsushima, in Sly, and Infamous. Yeah, I do think that this is better than the Infamous games. I think this is the best game ever. I think Ghost of Yōtei is so good, again, in terms of writing, and Tsushima in general too, right? In the gameplay, in that, like, I'm now fine with them just doing ghost stories forever, you know?
Oh, okay.
I was actually going to ask you right after. So, like, their next game, you'd rather it be like Ghost 3?
I don't know if I'd rather it be like, dude, come on, man. Like, you know that I love like Infamous 4, right?
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
So I don't know if I'd rather do that, but if they did decide to do like another Ghost story, I'd be like, okay, cool. Can't wait to see how that's like. But at that point, though, I would expect more changes in the open world gameplay. At that point. Right. The second, but that's why I say it. This is true. This is truly the PS4 to PS5 sequel again. You know, in terms of gameplay, it really is God of War to God of War Ragnarok. It really is Spider-Man to Spider-Man 2. It really is
Death Stranding. Well, I thought Death Stranding 2 was actually like more of a sequel.
Yeah,
I can see why people. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Death Stranding 2 was more the same, honestly, too, right? So it's like, yeah, Death Stranding 2 was also that too. Just more of the same game. That's what Horizon? This is. Horizon, I feel like probably was the most different, right? Probably. Just because the world was so vastly different. And Aloy kind of moved a lot better. And she has so much more tools that kind of like made the game just a little bit more different.
Yeah, like a little glider.
Remember she had like the glider.
The glider, the different summons that you have with the dinosaurs. The open world structure was a little different, but ultimately it was kind of the same too, right? This is not even as drastic of a change as Horizon Forbidden West. That, like, I'll say that much. You know, there's nothing in her toolkit, in Asu's toolkit, that significantly changes the game at all. You know, it truly is Spider-Man 1 to Spider-Man 2. But imagine if Spider-Man 2 had really good writing.
Oh yeah. Man,
imagine
a dream, dude.
Imagine if Spider-Man 2 had no Mary Jane sections. You know, no sections with the mute girl. You know,
right.
None of that stuff,
or whatever.
Yeah, no weird section with the schools or like just like all these weird social commentary and stuff like that. Like none of that, you know. If it was just Spider-Man 2 and the story was even better than you remember, you know. That's what. That's Ghost of Yōtei.
Not to get into a tangent, but like I remember one moment in Spider-Man 2 where he plays Mary Jane, and then it becomes like a third-person resistance game where she's like shooting symbiotes.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are we doing here, man? Like I don't want to play as Mary Jane, bro.
Yeah,
like, stop it.
There's a meme going around where they have Brian Intanar saying like, "Oh, we wanted to put in Mary Jane sections," you know, blah blah blah, right? And then like people keep memeing that, and it's like they replace like the good gameplay, like the good Venom fight, and like the with MJ section. It's like that's not how it works, man. They just couldn't make the Venom fight work that well. It sucks. It really sucks for that Insomniac couldn't work Spider-Man 2 better. They didn't replace. Yes, maybe at an opportunity cost. Maybe the people who worked in the Mary J section could have been working on. You could have thrown more bodies at Venom instead, right? That said, though, the Mary Jane sections were terrible. It's crazy that they thought that like the best way to make Mary Jane seem badass is just give her a gun.
Yeah, give her a gun and make her a podcaster. It's like, all right. Like,
and then make every single enemy in the game look so weak by comparison, because Spider-Man is doing 5 to 7 hit combos on these men's faces until they knock out. But then here comes MJ, boom, one shot, they're out. You know, one shot MJ. It's crazy.
I feel bad for Insomniac because like the fact that like there's like that leaked gameplay of like the destruction in the city when you're fighting Venom.
Oh my
It's
god,
like,
dude.
bro, like this would have been so sick, and I feel so bad for Insomniac because like we were never supposed to know that, right?
Yeah.
But now we do know that, so it's kind of like, I can imagine like a Spider-Man 2 without the Disney Channel writing, without like, it could have been so much better. That's all I'll say.
It's kind of weird that we weren't supposed to know that, but because it's like it clearly shows that like, oh, we were making a better game. We just didn't know how to do it, right? Or we just couldn't figure it out. Not that we didn't know how to do it, but we just couldn't figure it out in time and within budget, right? But it also shows us like, man, you guys had a really good thing going there, you know. And I wish you kept that up, or like I would have been fine with a delay. But the thing is, though, is that Spider-Man 2. Remember what year Spider-Man 2 came out? Came out the year that Sony had no games.
No games.
Yeah.
No games. It was literally Spider-Man 2, Horizon Call of the Mountain, and Firewall Ultra. That's it.
What the hell is Firewall Ultra?
It was like a PSVR 2 game.
Yeah, that's crazy. You didn't even know that.
Yeah, man. 2023 was like a really bad. I know they had Final Fantasy 16 as like a timed exclusive, but like in terms of Sony output, it was pretty. Yeah,
Sony output, like they had to release that year because the no games meme was real that year for sure.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of the reason why the no games meme exists in the first place, because that was a whole year of like just nothing, and then we get Spider-Man 2 and MJ's podcast at the end of it, you know. But again, goes back to my point. Nothing like that in Ghost of Yōtei. There's no sudden moment where you're like, oh my god, now you're playing as another little samurai. Oh my god, isn't that crazy? You're a different character now. How is it going to perspective? No, none of that. You're Atsu the whole time. You're locked in this traumatized, bloodthirsty woman that just wants to fucking kill people.
Cool.
She never lets go of that. Atsu is great. Erika Ishii, that's another thing. Erika Ishii, performance of the year.
Oh, so you played in English, right?
I played the English. I didn't play in Japanese because they did promise that the Japanese lip sync was going to work in Japanese, and it does only sometimes for some reason. Weirdly enough, from my experience, from what I saw, the lip sync in the high budget cutscenes where they were like really throwing money, and like, these are like the almost pre-rendered cutscenes. The lip sync was good there, but then when it came time to like regular good game cutscenes, like the lip sync wasn't working. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, whatever. I was like, it's fine. Like this game is written in English. This game is written by white people. Like I'm going to listen to the white people language. It's all good, and it was great. It was great. I think all the voice acting was fantastic. You know, there's no weird racist Japanese accents like in Assassin's Creed Shadows, where everybody was like, "Oh, hello, Naoe, ho yo yo yo." It's like, what the fuck? Where the fuck did you guys get these Japanese actors? Like, they sound insane, man. They sound like they're making fun of me, dude. Whereas in Ghost of Yōtei, they just sound like Japanese people speaking English. It's great. It's awesome. Mostly Japanese actors. It was awesome. You know. Erika Ishii, performance of the year. Atsu is such a compelling character. She's so fun to watch. And there's so much nuance going on there. She's not crying all the time. She's just not angry all the time. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of passion. Great story. Great story. I wish I could talk about it more.
Probably will in the future.
Yeah.
All right. For now, though, yeah, we'll move on from Ghost. Very nice. All right, let
me try to think of something else. You still get to name your horse. You summon your horse the same way. God, there's.
Oh, like I remember Iki Island added like those, like the horse charge move. Like they added like some horse attacks.
The horse charge is back. The horse charge is back.
Nice.
So a lot of the Iki Island improvements are just built into Yōtei. So again, like Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales improvements, they built that into Spider-Man 2. Same thing.
Sick.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Silent Hill F, the newest Silent Hill game. The first, like, brand new, I guess, Silent Hill game we've had in a while. Well, mainline. We've had a bunch of spin-offs, Senshin, all that bullshit. Whatever, we're not going to get into that. Radec, I want to talk to you about this first, because you are newer to the franchise, right? This is like, you played Remake 2 and this one, right?
Yes. So
and
my first...
Some of the old ones, I think.
Yeah,
or no,
my
you
first...
haven't... Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My first Silent Hill game was 2 Remake last year, and I loved it. Like, I thought it was like phenomenal. I ended up getting the platinum, got all the endings, collectibles. Like, I was really immersed in that game. Then I went back to play the original Silent Hill 2 via the enhanced edition, which was also great. It is funny because like when I played 2 Remake, I felt like I was in that first area for like 3-4 hours until I got to the apartments.
It's long.
And then I played the OG and it's like 30-40 minutes in, I'm at the apartment. It's like, oh wow, this game is like so much smaller, which is funny. And speaking of Silent Hill 2, I'm getting ready to play the best version of the game on PS3 right here. Another funny thing about this game is like I booted it up just to test, and it says, would you rather have the new voices or the old voices? I'm like, what? So I click the new voices, and then I hear James speak. I'm like, bro, is that Delson Rowe? Is that Troy Baker as James Sunderland?
Oh, really?
I was like so put off by that. Nothing against Troy, like he's a great actor, but like I don't like his voice as James Sunderland does not fit well to me. So I'm like, all right, I'll just play this another time. So that's my experience with the Silent Hill franchise. And playing Silent Hill F, I beat it last night. A hard difficulty for both the puzzles and the combat.
That's crazy.
My final runtime was 11 hours, give or take.
Nice.
Something like that. And I thought it was a really compelling and great game. There's been a lot of discourse about like, is the combat good or is it like roll slop, from software slop? I didn't really find the combat that difficult. All I had to do is like learn the patterns, how they move. This game, well, I should talk about the setting. The game takes place in the 1960s in a fictional Japanese town. And that kind of reminded me of another horror game, Siren, where it takes place in another rural Japanese town. So like a lot that
of
Siren
course
was like,
you would bring that,
yeah, of course I would bring that up.
Yeah.
But that was like my main comparison point because I'd never played any of the other Silent Hill games other than 2. I start as Hinako, a Japanese high school student, and the fictional town that she lives in, gets drenched in this fog with her and her friends, and that's when shit goes down. And there's something about this game. The more I played it, and like as you start to unravel the mystery, it's still like mysterious, kind of like Silent Hill 2 Remake in that way, where it's like, what's really going on? Is this real? Is this not? But there are some really compelling like character moments in this game, specifically with Hinako, that I was like, oh wow, like they're going there. And like one thing I like about this game a lot is like it has something to say about 1960s Japan and like the role of like what some people had to go through there. So I thought that was very compelling. Going back to the combat, you have your health meter, of course, stamina. So dodging and sprinting during combat will drain your stamina. And they also have something called the insanity meter, something like that. And that's where like the combat really opened up for me, because if you hold L2, you enter like the sanity state where you can either do a focus attack with your R1 attack, or the enemies will have like a chromatic aberration effect to them, and that's when you can go with a counter for R2. And I thought the hits and the feeling, the impact of the game, all the attacks were super satisfying. Did not have a problem with that at all. There are some moments where like you're in hallways and like your enemy, like your attacks will actually like, it does like the From Software thing where you hit a wall and like you'll just do like the, it'll cancel out the animation. Yeah, bounce back. But as long as you position yourself properly and, you know, you learn the attack movements of the enemies, I thought the combat in this game was actually not too difficult. It's funny because, as I said before, there's discourse about this game being like a little bit too hard combat-wise, but I thought Silent Hill 2 Remake was harder for me, even though James has like less items to use because he has unlimited stamina, and you really only have to worry about your health in terms of player management in that game. But since it was my first time playing a Silent Hill game, I was like so nervous around those like creepy enemies. I felt those enemies were so erratic, and it was harder for me to predict in Silent Hill 2 Remake. But in Silent Hill F, the fact that you have the focus meter alone or the sanity meter alone made the combat so much more easier. There are boss fights like in Silent Hill 2 Remake, and I only died like 2, maybe 3 times at the most at these boss fights. Again, all you have to do, learn the patterns, and you should be good. So Silent Hill F, one of my favorite games of the year, thought it was really solid, and it just makes me want to play more of the old Silent Hill games.
Okay. Gene, you've been playing also. What are some of your overview thoughts?
Yes, I have now played an equivalent of 40 hours, same as Ghost of Yōtei in Silent Hill F.
Oh, you played 40 hours of it?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Damn, bro.
I have played the shit out of Silent Hill F. I have. So you got the first ending, Radec?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have gotten almost every ending. I'm going for the last one, which is not the best ending of Silent Hill F. I actually got that one third. And this is not a spoiler. Silent Hill games have multiple endings. That's what happens. But it is, man. I've decided to stop declaring things my game of the year because I honestly don't know. Because there's Silk Song, and then now there's this, which just came out of fucking nowhere. I had no real faith in Silent Hill F because I have no real faith in Silent Hill projects. Period. I am a Silent Hill fan since day one. Silent Hill 1, PS1. Silent Hill was a special series for me back in college with my college girlfriend. We played a lot of Silent Hill games together. I used to play that with her parents, her Mexican parents, and they were so scared, but they loved it too, and they loved watching us play Silent Hill. Really, really special series in my heart. We all played Silent Hill 3 together and had a great time. Silent Hill 4 as well, and then came the bad times. Of course, Downpour and Homecoming, famously known as the Downcoming of Silent Hill.
Book of Memories on Vita.
Book of Memories, I did not play that one. I did play Shattered Memories, of course, on the Wii, which was good, and that was a kind of.
I didn't like that game.
You don't like that one?
I know people like it. I don't like that game.
I totally get why you don't like it, because it's like there's not a lot to it other than running your ass off, right?
Yeah, that is the whole game.
That is the whole game, right? And so, in terms of the story, I thought it was good, but in terms of the gameplay, obviously, I wish it was a little bit more.
I just feel like at that point in time, Gene, we were just like so used to bad Silent Hill games when there was like a little ray of hope right there in some aspect. You're like, oh, all right, positive.
Was
okay.
Silent Hill Origins out at that time with the PSP game?
PSP game? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
There were so many fucking Silent Hill games. So that's why I was like, when I heard Silent Hill F, I was like, oh, great, another fucking Silent Hill spinoff or whatever like that, right? And it's not by any in the main team, blah, blah, blah. Of course, scored by Akira Yamaoka, who I think does an amazing job in this game. And it feels like he phoned in his work for Silent Hill 2 Remake. Because when you hear the cover versions, the new versions of his tracks in Silent Hill 2 Remake, I'm like, did he even give a shit about the recording process or the production process? Like the games, the instruments sound worse than they did on the PS2, And then you play Yamaoka's music here, and it's like, oh, he actually still does care about writing music. Actually, he still does care about good production values, because the music here sounds fantastic.
Yep.
Silent Hill F might arguably be the best Silent Hill game ever made, I think. Probably not as good as 2, at least in terms of story, right? But sure. I am shocked at how much of a pure Silent Hill game this is. This is the most Silent Hill I've ever played in the series since 3 or 4, honestly. It reminds me of the first game. It reminds me of 3. It reminds me a lot of 4. And 2 as well. I think it's phenomenal. The story. Ryukishi 07. I am now wanting to play his visual novels. He is a fantastic writer. I think this is to me easily maybe not game of the year. I'll stop my short saying that, but I think it's easily the best writing of the year. Way over Expedition 33. I think it's just I'm just so blown away by the quality here. There's discourse about the combat, of course. Maybe we can get into that later.
More.
Yeah. But overall, my impressions is that this is easily one of my favorite games of the year. I'm obsessed with it, I'm obsessed with it the same way as I was when I was hanging out with my Mexican girlfriend's family, and we were playing New Game Plus over and over again to see all the different documents and the different stories and understanding the story a little bit more. All of that is just so great. It's a fun collectathon. I might platinum this game. I think.
Hell yeah.
I did play the combat on story mode. You know why? I play every Silent Hill game on story mode because I don't play these games for combat. Sure. I play them for story. And Silent Hill F's is one of the best ever.
Okay.
And you played it in with Japanese voices, right?
Oh yeah. I did play my second run in English voices just to see how it is. It's fine. And I think the English voices actually do a really good job understanding what made the original Silent Hill voice acting stiff and awkward and scary. That said, the voice acting sounds just way too disconnected with the proceedings, and also the lip syncing is just, doesn't match at all.
Oh yeah.
So that just takes me out because the lip syncing for the Japanese track is so good. Like these are actual Japanese actors acting, and to hear Suzy Young, the actress for Yuffie, come out of Hinako, the main character, I'm like, why does my tortured schoolgirl Japanese girl sound exactly like Yuffie? She's going, ha, yeah, hey, the same barks and everything like that. I was like, I like Yuffie's voice is iconic. I can't hear Yuffie out of this girl's voice. But I did play it for one whole run, and it was fine. It was good. It's just like if you can deal with the lip syncing. And deal with the fact that these people are speaking English, then it's okay. But otherwise, yeah.
Did you also do 30 FPS mode? Because this game is also locked to 30 FPS in the cutscenes. Well.
I did do 30 FPS mode for this one too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. For me with the game, I haven't finished it yet. I spoke to Radec earlier where I'm at in the game. I've only been playing it on stream, so I've not played as much as I would like to. I've been definitely craving it a lot of times and stuff like that, but I haven't had the time to sit down for multiple hours sometimes. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I think it's really good. It feels weird to have a good Silent Hill game again, like a new
really
one,
weird.
Where I'm like, wow, this is crazy. It's been a long time. So it's awesome. I think the setting is really cool, very different. It's the first one outside of America, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like the first one? Yeah, or outside of the town, I suppose. So that's really cool. I really like Hinako a lot. I'm rooting for Hinako throughout the whole game. I really feel her struggles and everything like that. And I think it's so important, especially to Silent Hill games, to have a character you can get attached to in one way or another, good or bad. You can get to attach them for different reasons. Like people are attached to James for different reasons, I'll say, than Hinako. That's for sure. I've been playing on hard as well. Hard difficulty with combat and puzzles. I've been dying a lot, dude. I'm getting my ass kicked a lot of times, but it's been cool. I don't mind dying. I want to play I like playing survival horror games on hard difficulties because I want to manage resources way more and be more pressured about that kind of stuff. But yeah, most things kind of for a lot of the game, at least two-shot you. Some of the bosses just two-shot you. And I think the first boss in particular just had too much health. I felt like I was like, this is really spongy. Really spongy. I don't mind a hard difficulty or anything like that, but just when something feels like it drags on too long, that's when I start to have a problem with it. But I've been impressed with the game, man. The atmosphere is super good. The narrative, what I've experienced so far, which is probably very little compared to what's there, has been very compelling. And I'm rooting for Hinako. I'm there with the struggles with her character and all that kind of stuff. She's a badass character. I like her a lot. There's a lot of cool gameplay elements in the game that I won't spoil either. I've been shocked at some of the cutscenes. So I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They're doing this.
God, yeah. They go there.
Yeah, they fucking go there.
Yeah, they go pretty far. Those trigger warnings at the start of the game are there for a reason.
I've been playing in English just because I've been streaming it too. But when I do another playthrough on my own and stuff, I definitely want to play Japanese because it'll probably feel way more natural and everything like that. But English is fine. It's fine.
The actress, Konatsu Kato, if I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. She's fantastic as Hinako. She is so good. And I really hope she gets nominated for like a best performance at the Game Awards because I feel like she should win.
Won't.
She won't.
She won't.
She's Japanese, so she won't.
Yeah, she won't.
You got to be Erika Ishii at least,
Yeah, she won't.
Yeah, she won't, sadly.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying my time with it. I can't wait to finish it. Hopefully I can today or tomorrow, something like that, because Ghost is out this week.
You're pretty far. I've been diving in and out of your streams, so you're doing some good damage.
It seems like it's like ramping up to the conclusion, kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, if you're talking about the shocking cutscenes, then yeah, you're far anyways.
Yeah. Okay, let's read some of these here from the audience. This is from Roku. Summoners, how do we feel about Silent Hill F's gameplay and combat? At first, I was a little skeptical about how. But now I appreciate how everything seems to click thematically. I thought it was a little odd that Hinako was so capable in combat and dodging, but once we learned she's an athletic tomboy who ran track, it all started to make sense. I love how crunchy it feels when sound effects and hit stop. It really felt like Hinako was giving it her all in every swing. I also adore the journal and map are both written and drawn by Hinako. It's aesthetically unique, but also gives a deeper look into her personality. I don't get the complaint about how it not feeling like a Silent Hill game. To me, this is far more Silent Hill coded than even 2 Remake, especially its combat. My only problem I have so far is that I'm not a fan of the HUD, and some areas feel like they go on for a tad longer than they should. Mm-hmm. I'm only about halfway through, but so far Silent Hill F has been adapted well to its Japanese setting and implementation of modern gaming sensibilities. Keep it up, Konami and Neo Bards. Let me read this too, because it's kind of the opposite about combat. This is from Monkey D. Luffy. Wow, the Pirate King. Hi, Summoners. So far, I'm enjoying Silent Hill, but that has been for the ambience, story, and atmosphere. The gameplay I find extremely mid and unrewarding. Am I the only one who is not a big fan of it? Thanks, boys. I'll hang up and listen while dropping this giant sledgehammer on my pinky toe. I think we've all kind of enjoying the combat. It's not like the fucking like greatest combat in the world or anything like that, or it's like not top tier, but I think it serves its purpose.
Yeah. The big difference between this and Silent Hill 2 remake to me is, well, Silent Hill 2 remake, your melee weapons don't have durability, which is like a huge aspect of Silent Hill F. And the biggest, like the even bigger change is like there's no firearms. Like, nope, James is like has the rifle, the shotgun, like a pistol. Hinako is like melee focus throughout the entire game.
Here's a pipe. Here's a bat.
Sledgehammer, baseball bat, and you get toolkits as like there's a lot of like consumable items, like way more than Silent Hill 2 remake, to like refill your stamina, refill your sanity meter. The toolkits are my favorite because anytime I had like those heavy durable weapons, like a sledgehammer or like a axe, like that's where axe is. That's when I use. Oh yeah. Axe is like my favorite weapon in the game by far. I saved up my toolkits for that because like you hit the counter with a heavy attack, do one more heavy attack, enemy's dead. Yeah.
It is surprising to me how satisfying the combat feels when you hit something like that. Hit impact and stun.
The hit
actually feels really good. Yeah. The sound effects I think are really good too. So quite impressive, honestly. It's better than I thought it would be because, I am used to Silent Hill 2 combat. Melee especially. When I heard it was melee only, I was like, oh boy. Oh no. But I think they did an admirable job kind of adapting it. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about was kind of the offering system. I forgot what it's called. Is it called like holy points or something? Faith points, that's it. Yeah, you can get some items. You can either like choose to give like healing items and stuff like that to get faith points, but there are some items dedicated solely to faith, like a dead bird or something like that, like
dried carcass,
dead frogs, dried carcass,
dead animals. Some of them are pretty intense. But with these, it's like skill points you can use to increase your health, your stamina, your sanity meter, and the charm slot where you can unlock a new charm, which is like a big deal. But it's really expensive.
I saved up all my faith points for the charm slots.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like the move, especially later on in the game when you start getting crazier charms. Because I've gotten some now where I'm like, wow, this is like a mandatory charm I'd keep on forever.
For sure.
Yeah, there's also an option where you can spend like 400 or 500 faith to get like a random charm.
Yeah, it's like a gotcha pull. Yeah.
Yeah, and I only did that once. It was like, all
Dude,
right,
I spent
can't
all
do
my
that.
money early on in the game on that shit.
No.
Because you don't get like the level up thing till a little bit later into the game. Then I was like, oh man, I wish I didn't waste all my shit on gotcha pulls. But
Yeah.
it was fun. I love the gotcha pulls. Let's see here. This is from Azoth. Greetings, RGB. Silent Hill is a massive blind spot in my gaming library. With all the hype around Silent Hill F and the forthcoming spooky season, I'm looking to rectify my past mistakes. Is Silent Hill F a good jumping in point for someone new to the series?
Totally.
Should I go with Silent Hill 2 Remake or with the original trilogy? Which entries would you recommend as worth the time? Thanks and keep it up. All right. This Silent Hill 2 Remake or the original trilogy? What do you think?
Can I just answer this right away?
Yes.
This one. Don't do
You think this
remake.
is the best one?
Don't do Silent Hill 2 Remake.
Do this one first.
Do this one. I do not think Silent Hill 2 Remake is a good representation of the Silent Hill 2 series. It is. I think people are pissed off about the combat in Silent Hill F because Silent Hill 2 Remake fucked their brains up into thinking that this game is about combat. Because Silent Hill 2 Remake, you have to fight every single time. You know, Silent Hill F. You know, we talked about how Shattered Memories is all about running. Survival horror games, and the IGN review who gave Silent Hill F a 7 kept complaining about always having to run away from enemies. That's the fucking gameplay.
Yeah,
that's the gameplay.
To me.
That is how you play survival. Well, hold on, let me finish. That's how you play survival horror games. You have to run from the fucking enemies. You have a limited amount of melee weapons. Why are you fucking using them all the time? Run your ass off. Because this is what I learned from speedrunning this game in New Game Plus. You can run away from most encounters, dude. And that's how you're supposed to be playing the game. Yes, towards the end of the game, there are a lot of combat encounters that lock you in, right? That's because that works because if you were smart about it, you saved up all your weapons and your toolkits for these big encounters to really hit back, you know. But if you really want to understand the Silent Hill series, don't go with Remake. The Remake is a combat focus, like way too long version of the original game. F is a much more better representation of the original series. Objectively.
What do you think, Radec?
You didn't play the Silent Hill games.
So I can't really answer this question.
Not a lot of people have played the Silent Hill games. It's weird. There was that meme going around of that girl who says, every time I see people playing Silent Hill, it just looks like this, and it's SpongeBob in the Silent Hill hallway. Silent Hill has become so iconic that people think they understand Silent Hill without even ever having played it. But you actually have to play these games to understand them.
So this is one of those cases where I'm actually glad I didn't play the original Silent Hill 2 before the remake. Because like I've done that with other games before, where like I played the original, then I play the remake, and then I just keep comparing and contrasting, and that's like what most of my thoughts like occupy.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I played Silent Hill 2 remake fresh, I had no idea what was going on. I'm meeting all these characters like James and learning about Mary. You meet like Maria, Eddie, and I was just like enthralled by it, really like enraptured by it. So I actually do think Silent Hill 2 remake might be I think Silent Hill 2 Remake and Silent Hill F are like, you can pick either one and you should be good. I will say that I do think Silent Hill F is more approachable because I do think the puzzles in this game were easier, to me at least, than Silent Hill 2 Remake. There's only one puzzle, like one late game puzzle that took me straight up an hour. Because I was like, what do I even do? Like, I'm just looking at this one wall, trying to figure out the puzzle, trying not to spoil it. Yeah, you know the one.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. That one trips me up even in New Game Plus too. I'm just like, oh, fuck, what the fuck? What the fuck is this again?
I think Silent Hill F is definitely a lot easier of a game not to get lost in compared to 2. I feel like 2, just like going through the apartments and fucking hospital, all this shit. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, where the fuck am I? Like turned around all the time, especially like the OG. I was especially turned around. It's really weird to me because it's like, I guess, what are you trying to get out of these games? Do you want to do it from a historical perspective and kind of see where the series started and kind of see where it evolves slowly over time? Or do you want to experience like what people consider the peak of the series, or do you want to see like a fresh new, I guess, vision of it? It's hard for me to say because I haven't played a lot of them and it's such a long time. I don't know.
I think the
F
fresh
wasn't
new,
fucking new.
by fresh new vision, are you referring to Silent Hill F? Because I think Silent Hill 2 Remake is the more fresh and new vision.
I think
Silent Hill F really is
think-
like Silent Hill 5. I really do think that it's like the sequel to the original Silent Hill games.
I think from like a visual standpoint and setting standpoint, it's very fresh. I haven't finished the game yet, so I don't really know. But you're like, you're not in this small American town. It's not like fucking Twin Peak vibes the entire time and stuff like that. So, and like dealing with like the Japanese like mythology and all this kind of stuff that I've experienced in it, and like its extreme melee focus only, I think is a pretty fresh take on it. Because like all the other games, you have fucking guns and you're shooting people all the time and stuff like that. But I don't know. I haven't finished the game yet. So, I mean, of course, I think this game pays homage to its roots, definitely. But I think it has its own takes on it from what I've experienced so far.
Yeah, totally. But like, I feel like people get too hung up on the fact that this isn't in Silent Hill, which I get. You know, again, I was skeptical about this game. I didn't want to like this game. I thought it was going to be trash, right? Oh, fucking dude, just Silent Hill in Japan? Come on, whatever, right?
Siren Hill.
Yeah, Siren Hill, right? Exactly, right? Yeah. What I didn't expect is that this game was going to like honor like what Silent Hill actually is about. And it's not about a town. It's about how nightmarish and traumatizing life is in general. You know, it's about what your everyday life can feel like to someone who is horrified by it. You know, I think that's the true essence of what made Silent Hill 2 special, especially, right? And that's the one that everyone keeps like referring back to. And but then the problem with Silent Hill 2 is that like they kept trying to repeat that same guy. That's the same guy, James Sunderland with Homecoming and Downpour. It's like, oh well, here's a convict. Well, what's in his past now? You know. Oh, here's a military veteran. Think about the trauma that he's been through. You know. Whereas we have Hinako, and you know, no spoilers at all, obviously, because you know, Brad, you haven't finished, but it's like it's about Hinako's life and about what she's going through, and how that's being represented in the world, as opposed to and what the world is doing to her. That's really the heart and the core of Silent Hill, and of course you get that with Remake too. I'm talking purely in a gameplay perspective. You know, I think Silent Hill F is so much more better because it's a shorter game. Dude, I beat it last night in 3 hours. You know, it's a classic survival horror game in that you need to be able to beat these games really, really fast to be able to replay them. You know, Brad, Resident Evil, right?
Yeah,
that's what this is too. Silent Hill 2 Remake, you simply can't do fast. That's a 12-hour game at the least. But it's so long. It's 20 hours. You know. And I don't know. If Silent Hill 2 Remake really looks great to you, fine. But like, I really recommend the original Silent Hill 2 or the original Silent Hill series over the remake. I think the remake is meant to be played after you experience the originals, I think. But so many people are using the remake as their entry point, and it's kind of fucking up their perspective on what Silent Hill 2 is, you know, or Silent Hill is in general, you know. Yeah, and I think Silent Hill F kind of brings that back down to reality, where it's like, no, it's about running away from your problems. It's about confronting your problems head on, but also running away from them. And it's about survival horror. Silent Hill 2 wasn't about survival horror. You get so much ammo. Ammo. You're never out of ammo in Silent Hill 2 Remake. In Silent Hill F, you always have to worry about whether your stick is going to make it to the end of the fight. You know.
I guess to be fair, I never ran out of ammo in the original Silent Hill 2 either.
Silent Hill. That's the weird thing about Silent Hill 2 in specifically is that like you running out of ammo is thematic to the game. You're not supposed to run out of ammo in that game. Basically.
Yeah, James is locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded. They even gave you a cheat in the original one where you can play New Game Plus with 3 times the ammo. Yeah,
let you go wild.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say, Radec?
Gene mentioned the score, which I forgot to mention, and I like how I'm not saying this as a diss. It doesn't feel cinematic. Like I play other AAA games, and like the score just kind of like blends in. It's not really memorable to me.
Mm-hmm.
But playing Silent Hill F, like I'm hearing instruments that I'm not expecting to hear in a horror game, and it kind of gives it like it's like a unique identity, and it's definitely like one of my favorite scores.
What kind of instruments?
Electric guitar. There's one.
So
I was like, oh wow, like
that's how you know that you've never played that real Silent Hill game before.
Yeah.
Silent Hill 1 starts with electric guitars. Akira Yamaoka is in a rock band, so he was in a rock band. So that's his style that he plays. When you hear the snare drums coming in, the drum kit, that's Silent Hill.
It's so cool because like it shouldn't work, especially like in the 1960s Japan setting where like, but it just does. Like it never took me out of it at all. I was like, wow, this is like some genuinely great music. And another thing I want to highlight is like I know like the town is getting like run over by fog and this flora, but it's kind of beautiful in a way. Like I think the contrast between the reds and like the grays and the blacks and the whites is like blues. It's so beautiful. Compare that to Silent Hill 2 remake, which I felt was like more grungy and rancid. Like James is literally shoulder deep down the toilet bowl trying to find the key. I thought the art direction in Silent Hill F was top notch. Yeah.
Cool ass game. Sold over 1 million copies already, so that's good news.
Yep.
It's good news.
Broke that news this morning. Yeah, it's 1 million copies, which is great. I feel like the discourse over this game is so toxic right now. People complain. Yeah, the Silent Hill subreddit is a war zone right now.
I mean, you're going on Reddit, Gene. That's a big mistake already.
That's true.
Reddit communities.
But I mean, like that's where a lot of the Silent Hill community like lives too. But again, like you really see it. There's people who have been playing Silent Hill for years, and people who just played it during a remake. And the people who played it during a remake are the ones that are actually being really, really toxic, saying that it's like, oh, well, why is it about the schoolgirl and why is it about feminism? And it's like every Silent Hill game is about violence against women, almost every single one. 2 especially.
Oh yeah.
And so the fact that like this is new to them, it's like you're just new to Silent Hill. That's really it.
So since I have 2 of my favorite old heads here, I do want to ask you, the future of Silent Hill after this game, I think it looks pretty bright. You got the 1 remake from Bloober. I assume there's going to be another Silent Hill game. So are you guys feeling like confident about the future of this IP now?
More than I have been for a long time. It's been a rough fucking road for a long, long ass time, Radec. So to me, this is like a really bright spot. This game in particular for the series. So hopefully, I think 1 needs a remake pretty bad for most things. I mean, it's inaccessible for the most part anyways, even though I liked the OG 1 remake, but it's rough probably for most people to go back to. Really rough. So I think it's appropriate to do another remake.
Yeah, that's the thing with Konami is like they keep doing like collections of like all their other franchises, except for Silent Hill for some reason. Like I would love to play like a master collection for well, other than the PS3.
Yeah, that's all we got. But yes,
like
probably because the other weren't so well received. I would say for the most part, like 3 is well received. I'd say than 4. 4, I don't actually really know what people think about that game.
4 people like the story of 4. They just don't like the gameplay.
The Room.
Yeah. The room. If there's any Silent Hill, this goes back to the argument like why are we remaking only the good games? Why don't we remake the mid games and make them better?
Yeah.
Silent Hill 4 is probably the game that probably needs the most remake of because it's like you should just make a different game with that game.
Yeah, I just hope they continue to make new ones as well. Like if they do it like how Resident Evil does it or whatever, like remakes as well as new entries, I'm totally fine with that. But I don't want purely remakes for Silent Hill. So I hope we continue to get more new ones.
It'll be funny. It's like Silent Hill 2 Master Collection Volume 2, and it's all the bad games, like the Vita game, Book of Memory.
That'd be cool. I'd play it.
I would love that. Yeah, preserve the bad games too. We should be preserving the bad games too.
Hell yeah.
All right, Radec, Pac-Man World 2 Re-PAC. What the hell is this for people who don't know?
The pack is back. So Pac-Man World 2 Re-PAC is a remake of the original Pac-Man World 2, which came out in 2002 on PS2, GameCube, Xbox. and PC, so pretty much everything at that time. My experience with the Pac-Man World franchise is only with one. I played the first one was actually one of my very first PS1 games back in the day, so it holds a very special place in my heart. Playing the remake again, you realize like this game is actually like very simple and very easy. And then you play Pac-Man World 2, and I never played Pac-Man World 2 before. And the common thread I kept hearing was like Pac-Man World 2 is so much better than World 1. I'm like, all right, we'll see. We'll see what it is. I played it. I'm like, oh, you guys were right. Pac-Man World 2 is a solid 3D platformer. So I was going to say the story, but like it's fucking story of Pac-Man
It's
World.
Pac-Man.
Like who gives a shit? Like an ancient being steals all the golden fruit from the Pac village, and it's Pac-Man's mission to recover the fruit, save Pac-Land as we know it. There are 6 different worlds with 3 levels each and a boss fight. You go through like grasslands, forest areas, fire levels, snowy levels. So like the typical formula for a 3D platformer. This game is different than Pac-Man World 1 in the sense that Pac-Man World 1 had like fixed camera angles, and the camera was like kind of zoomed in on Pac-Man. So it was kind of like more of a Crash Bandicoot kind of vibe. In Pac-Man World 2, while the levels are still linear, they're a lot more open. You get full camera control around Pac-Man, so you can tilt the camera. You still have to collect fruit in each level. There are tons of collectibles in each level. And yeah, like I will say that one thing that really caught me off guard was when Pac-Man opens his mouth and he just starts talking. I'm like, like Pac-Man has like a voice. Like I did not know Pac-Man talked at all, other than that cartoon everyone makes fun of. And he sounds like just like a guy. You know, he doesn't have like a high-pitched voice or like an exaggerated voice. It's like some dude playing Pac-Man. So that kind of caught me off guard. But then you get used to it. And I think it's a solid 3D platformer. Levels don't overstay their welcome. You can do like time trial modes after like every other platformer. See how fast you can beat the level. But yeah, sense of progression is good. There is a slight difficulty spike in the fire level, which is World 4. But since I played a lot of 3D platformers in the past, it never really bothered me too much. There is post-game content too. I won't spoil because turns out on Twitter, like people are serious about Pac-Man lore. Like people will ride or die for Pac-Man. So keep that a secret. But yeah, Pac-Man World 2, especially for $30 USD, well worth the price. Well worth the price.
Buster Crabcakes wrote and said, I'm so glad someone in LSM Orbit is playing Pac-Man World 2 Re-PAC. I think Bandai Namco has done a phenomenal job of freshening up Pac-Man World series while staying true to the identity of the original games. How is Radec enjoying Pac-Man World 2 Re-PAC? And did he have as much trouble beating Spooky as I did? Hope all 3 of you summoners have a good one. Spooky, dude, is he an infamous boss?
He kind of reminds me. His design reminds me of Shovel Knight. He's obviously a lot bigger, but Spooky was cool. I like the 4 ghosts: Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and Clyde. I actually thought they're kind of endearing with like the way they talk and they like talking shit to Pac-Man. That was cool. In terms of to talk more about the difficulty, I will say the difficulty is more so within the optional missions for each level. So each level you have 3 optional missions. It's usually collect all the fruit and then 2 miscellaneous ones, either like defeat all the enemies, destroy all the crates, destroy all the bear traps, stuff like that. And then as you progress further on, they get more challenging. There's one in the fire level. It's like, don't hang on a ledge, which is actually pretty tough. Or like beat this level within 30 or 40 seconds. So, and once you complete all those missions, you unlock a costume. And then each level has their own costume to unlock. So there's actually a lot to unpack here. There's also gacha figurines you can get from a gacha machine.
Yes.
That reminded me of like Ape Escape 2, funny enough, because that also had a gacha machine. Astrobot as well. Like it seems like a pretty common thing in most platformers, I would say.
Thing,
Yeah, even Silent Hill F, as we said earlier. The trophy list is kind of a grind. I would say you have to defeat 100 enemies with like your kick attack, defeat 50 enemies with a super butt bounce, stuff like that. But it's not too bad. I would say. Like, I was warned about the difficulty spike beforehand, and when I played it, I'm like, all right, I died a few times, but it's not so bad.
Do you think the platinum will be as grindy as you getting the Concord Platinum?
Dude, I still think about that shit sometimes. It's like, dude, I actually platinum Concord. I spent 72 hours of my life.
Oh my god, it took that long.
In this room, fucking just offing myself over and over and over again as a Roka, you know, the iconic Roka with her rocket launcher, right?
Very iconic, yes.
Dude, like that the year anniversary was like a month ago, right? For a Concord.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Spiel. Yeah,
that
was
August.
Yeah, that was a crazy time then.
Yeah, that's God. Wild shit. The Uncharted Wolf wrote and said, "What's up, Summoners and LSM Legend Radec? I gotta ask, is Pac-Man World 2 substantially better than Pac-Man World 1? I remember playing the remake for 1 a few years ago and feeling unimpressed, but I've heard 2 is a much more open 3D platformer akin to Banjo-Kazooie and Jak and Daxter. Do you think this game is worth playing for people who weren't into the first game? Thanks, boys, and keep trolling Colin Radec."
Will do. So I will say this game is definitively better than Pac-Man World 1. Like, not even a debate. I think it's superior in every way in terms of level design, story, I guess, you know, collectibles. I just enjoyed my time with Pac-Man World 2 a lot more. It can't to Banjo-Kazooie. So I never played Banjo, so I can't speak to that. Jak and Daxter.
You played like Super Mario 64 or those games? Yeah. Okay, it's more like that where it's like you're in this space and you have like objectives you do throughout it.
I'd say it's still more like linear, I would say. There's like
going through like a stage, actually.
Yes, going through stages. It's not like Jak and Daxter where it's like one huge open world they can travel back and forth. But yeah, like, do I think this game is worth playing for people who weren't into the first game? Absolutely. Especially in today's economy, because I was actually shocked this game was only $30.
Yeah,
I thought it would be like 50. So yeah, for that price, and if you're a fan of 3D platformers, hell yeah, Pac-Man World 2,
pretty friendly price. Yeah, I like that.
Just don't be off-put by his voice. I was like that, like the first 2-3 hours of me playing this game, I was like, why are you talking like my old PE teacher? Like, it does not make any sense. Yeah,
that's awesome. Cool. Yeah, I would like to check this game out sometime. I haven't played these like 3D Pac-Man games. I remember do you remember which one it was, like Radec, the like Super Nintendo? I think it was on Genesis too, like Pac-Man game. I forgot what it was called. It wasn't like normal Pac-Man though.
It was like a side scroller or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have to look it up, but I remember playing those. Yeah. I missed like the boat on all these other Pac-Man games.
Yeah, so like I have been seeing some not Discord conversation is like, are they going to do Pac-Man World 3 next? As a remake, and I think that's the worst received Pac-Man World game. But as we said earlier, like, remake the mid games, remake the bad games, like, let's improve upon them. Yeah, and I actually think so. Yeah, this is true. The voice for Pac-Man comes from Pac-Man World 3, so they added that into the remake of 2. So like Pac-Man World 2 is the Dead Space remake of 3D platformers. If because like I think I never played the original Dead Space, but Isaac doesn't talk in that game, right?
Okay, yeah, it's not till 2, I think. Oh, it's Pac-Man 2, the new adventures that I was thinking of. Okay. Weird. All right, boys, it's time for Sort It Out on this segment. We just talk about something we think needs work in the gaming industry. Could be a game, company, person, whatever. However personal you want to get. Radec, we're going to start with you as our guest.
Well, yeah, we'll keep it PlayStation related for this episode. Sorted out PlayStation Plus Premium. So I've been a subscriber to the premium tier for like as long as it's been active. So like mid 2022. And I feel like with every year, the classic games, the editions become fewer and fewer. This year we only had, let's see, I wrote this down, 10 PS1 games, 8 PS2 games, 1 PSP game. That's it. And that's fewer than years prior, other than the PS2 games, because that was like an addition last year. And some of the games they added this year were great. Twisted Metal 3 and 4, of course, fantastic. Just in time for the Peacock show. Armored Core Trilogy, Resident Evil 2 and 3. But I want trophies on these Capcom PS1 games. I really want trophies. Same with Armored Core, no trophies on that. And I do want to give credit to Nintendo's classic catalog because you can play online. with your friends. Like I know like you'll still have that split screen, but I would love to play Twisted Metal 3 or 4 online via the premium classics as well. I just feel like they need to support this tier better. It's $160 a year now. Like I think got a price increase earlier this year, late last year, I can't remember. And of course, the elephant in the room, PS3 support. Like we need native PS3 support. Streaming has gotten better. Like I tried Ratchet and Clank going commando via streaming a few months ago. It was good quality. Like I had no hitches or anything. But native should be the solution. It's also funny too. They added the Resistance games 1 and 2 via streaming last year, and then 6 months later they removed it. It's like what
weird.
Is going on? Like I don't know. So yeah, sorted out PlayStation Plus Premium. I do like the catalog they have now. The problem is I played most of them, so I'm just looking for new games to play.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Gene, anything for you this week?
EA just got sold to the Saudi government and Jared Kushner,
right?
For $55 billion. So
that's crazy amount of money. Holy shit!
Sorted out to big gaming companies who are just selling out to whoever is the biggest bidder. You know, it really goes to show how much the video games are huge, and that the Saudi government is investing in video games like oil. You know.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm. Well, they put Ronaldo in that fighting game, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Fatal Fury? They put him in.
Fatal Fury. Yeah.
That game bombed, right?
It did bomb.
I don't know.
It did bomb. Nobody in the fighting game community is talking about this game.
I don't like the way it looked. It looked weird.
I don't like the way it looks either. You know. Which is too bad because Goro Mark of the Wolves, the original one, is like one of the most beautifully 2D animated games of all time. You know.
Yeah.
And it's really too bad that they couldn't keep that up. So yeah, I don't know. It gives me weird feelings, you know.
Sure, it's a strange thing.
Again, the Saudi government did kill my coworker, so
yeah,
that's it's a weird feeling to think about. It's like, oh, cool, you know, when I'm playing the next BioWare game, you know, I'll be supporting the government that killed my coworker.
I mean, that's kind of the conversation I saw on Twitter right now. Is like, I think Jason Schreier said, like, with this deal comes in $20 billion in debt as well. Mm-hmm. So EA is probably going to look to cut costs and probably shut down a few studios.
Oh, man.
And people are really worried about BioWare right now, like after this deal.
Yeah. BioWare's not been profitable, you know.
Yeah.
BioWare's not making money, period. They're just burning money. And they're just not making games. You know, they made Dragon Age Veilguard, which did not do well. You know,
the fact that game went into PS Plus Essential like 4 months after it launched is crazy.
That's awful. Yeah, and again, I'm someone who liked Veilguard. Okay, you know, like I give it a 7 out of 10 at the most, but I thought it was fine. But yeah, that was not it. And it is deeply concerning.
Yeah, they are coming into games a lot more. I mean, I think they own majority, or if not, of SNK. They own some of Nintendo.
They own some of Nintendo. They're invested in Nintendo as well.
They own Evo, right? They bought Evo from
I think
from Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is like, first of all, how the fuck did Pokemon get so good and rich that she could just buy like a whole organization? That's crazy, you know.
I don't know.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, I'm not really tapped into like the financials of esports as well, but like I can't imagine they're going to make their money back on fighting game esports in the way they suspect, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about for Sorted Out. I'm not really sure. I've just been kind of like in the trenches. I haven't really paid attention to a lot of gaming news. Well, I'll brush up on it for punching up later.
Yeah, me too. I've been kind of tapped out of a lot. Again, I just played 40 hours of Silent Hill F. Like that's just
I don't really know what's like controversial at the moment or anything like that, or something I'm like annoyed with. I'm not really sure.
Oh, sorted out to the Silent Hill community. There you go. I'll say that.
I mean, sorted out to most gaming communities. All right.
Yeah, sorted out to most fandoms in general. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are fucking annoying. Even the things I like.
I remember
Okay.
like the whole fan thing. I remember like the actress in The Walking Dead, like Andrea back in the day. Like she kept getting death threats from fans, and like that never made sense to me. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
you're like a 20-something-year-old man making a death
Yeah,
threat
it's
to an
fucking great.
actor who's playing a character.
Yeah,
Like what
people
are
are
we
unhinged,
doing here?
dude.
I don't know.
People
Take
are
a
truly
step
stupid.
outside, dude.
Yeah.
Get some fresh air, man. Holy shit. All right. This is from Mega Maddie. Hey, gang. Sorted out Sony. Recently, Sony sunsetted PlayStation Stars, and now they give us the new franchise rewards. So instead of earning currency with every purchase on the PlayStation Store that could be put towards digital collectibles, PlayStation Store credit, and even some full games, we have been blessed with the reward of buying merch. I understand that I could just ignore this program, but what's frustrating is that we lost a genuine great pro consumer rewards program in favor of a program where Sony tries to get its audience to fork over more money than they already do. Thanks. I'll show Eva my naked snake and listen. Radec, I'm curious what you think about this. So PlayStation Stars, which I did use because I actually got a lot of value out of it for
Oh
like
yeah.
gift cards and all that kind of stuff. It was cool. Do you think this is kind of the replacement for that, or do you think they'll do something else in the future along those lines?
Yeah, PlayStation Rewards programs has like a weird history. Like I remember like a decade ago, like there was like a program where if you had like 10 platinums, you got like $5 in credit or $10 in credit, something like that. And then they shut that down. PlayStation Stars happened, and I actually kind of liked it. Like I thought it was like a really cool
Yeah.
system. Like that's how I got Balatro through PlayStation Stars points. That's how I got the Cuphead DLC. And I've been like redeeming those coins for like the $5 voucher, the $10 voucher when they had it. They had those digital collectibles as well, which they did say in the very first PS blog post about PlayStation Stars that the original plan was like those figures would be viewable on PS5 on like your
Yeah, they
profile
needed
page.
to be, I feel like.
Yeah. And that never happened, which was kind of disappointing. Like I know the dream is always like, what if they made like a PlayStation Home successor and you can have all your trophies and digital collectibles on this on your bookshelf. I'm like, yeah, that would have been cool. Fortunately, that never happened. And this new franchise reward program, people have been saying it's kind of like Bungie inspired. So Bungie is like a big blind spot for me. I never really played a Bungie game, but this is something they did with Destiny. Like if you beat a raid, you can get like a plaque or an emblem with all your raid members on it, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the same idea. I think it's, I don't know. I get people being frustrated with it. It's like, all right, so like I have to work towards something in order to pay you something.
Yes.
And it kind of also reminds me of like I remember during the PS3 era, like some games like Final Fantasy 13, if you got specific trophies, they reward you with a PlayStation
Themes.
theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kingdom
So that
Hearts
was
had
really
those
cool.
as well. Yeah,
Yep.
I remember. A lot of Square stuff did.
And then during the PS4 era, like I remember Bloodborne was like the specific example for this. Like if you platinum a game, they'll email you like a code for like a dynamic theme.
Mm.
So like, I feel like everyone has like Bloodborne platinum dynamic theme, which is I think stuff like that is really cool.
Yeah, I do.
Unfortunately, Sony doesn't really sell avatars and themes anymore on PS5 a la carte.
I only got the Bloodborne Platinum like 2 years ago, so I was way too late for that.
Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a fun. That was a fun platinum to get, though. That's for damn sure.
Oh, for sure. The only annoying part for me was like getting those like 10 special items you have to get because there's one with like those like white lanterns.
That was the last. That was Radec. That was exactly the last item I had to fucking get. That was the only trophy I did not get. Dude. I had to fucking play through the whole fucking game just to get to that point again.
Yep.
Just to get to that fucking lantern area, which I hated. Like I was like, oh, no wonder why I missed this one. I fucking hate this area.
Yep.
I never wanted to explore. I never explored it. So once I found it, I was like, oh, there the fuck it is. And I got
Frenzy is like the most annoying status effect.
It's traumatizing. Yeah, you can make a whole Silent Hill game just on people having to deal with the madness and frenzy situation in Bloodborne.
Yeah. Oh, Bloodborne. What a great game. The DLC was fun too. I played the DLC for the first time last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool.
The trick weapons, like there's like the whole like pizza saw weapon that I thought was really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Brandon and I were talking. It was I feel like it's like I kind of consider it the best DLC of all time, you know.
One of
it's up there.
Definitely one of, you know.
That Orphan of Kos fight was so sick, dude. Like I love that fight so much. Like That was a great area. And the area right before with like those two big shark guys underneath the well that I had to get an item from.
Oh yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
all that shit.
the fucking whale. God damn it, dude.
Yeah, that shit pissed me off.
Have you played the Witcher games, Radec?
So I tried Witcher 3 for like 5 hours.
Okay.
I'm not really a fan of the gameplay.
Slow
Okay.
game. Slow game.
Yeah.
It's a slow paced scam, yeah.
It's like the story is great, the writing's great, characters are great. It's just like the actual act of combat, swinging your sword,
sure.
movement. Yeah, specifically during combat, I wasn't crazy about.
Yeah,
I did get to a point. I don't know if this is. You play as Ciri, I guess. Spoilers.
Yeah,
I guess.
that's not so early.
And her, like when I was playing as her, like, oh, okay, this is fucking awesome because yeah, she has like that dash attack.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, wait,
That was really cool.
wait, like, well, wait, don't leave yet. You know, like this game is better.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe
it's
I'll
annoying. I hate that where it's like, God damn it! Like, why'd you design a better game around this 5-minute like section? What the hell?
Yeah.
I brought it up because the DLC in that game, Blood and Wine, is absolutely one of the best DLCs
Fantastic.
ever. Too.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Is it up there with
up there with
Festival
All
of Blood?
Hunters.
Oh yeah. It's so good. It's fucking crazy how
Nice.
in depth it is.
The map is beautiful. The story is perfect. It's a better ending for the story than I think the base game too. Characters are so good. Like, well, even like the DLC before that, the one that didn't even
is it Hearts of Stone?
Hearts of
I forgot what
Stone,
it's
yeah,
called.
with Gunther Odim,
Yes.
the coolest fucking antagonist in an RPG ever, probably.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. This is from the Who fan. What's up, summoners? I've got to sort it out to people whining about Digital Foundry, pretending they're ruining our perception of games. No, they are holding developers' feet to the fire and demanding they do better. I watched Dustin's PS5 Pro regrets video, and someone accused him of having Digital Foundry brain rot and claimed that if it wasn't for Digital Foundry, Dustin wouldn't have even noticed the texture shimmering in Silent Hill F. Wake up, dude. People who spend $800 on a PS5 Pro do it because they do notice graphical fidelity. The internet is overrun with corporate apologists these days. If you're pleased with your purchase, good for you. But quit acting like other people who spend their hard-earned money aren't allowed to point out faults. This is definitely something that happens in gaming frequently nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
for better or for worse, just like discourse about
Yeah.
graphics, some shit like that, Puddlegate, all that kind of stuff from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Just a whole bunch of bullshit, but
The whole 1080p versus 900p wars during the early PS4, Xbox One era.
yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
But it's like, I play, like we all have PS5 Pros, and it's, graphics are important to me, and I notice stuff like that, but it's not the end all be all for me. But everyone's different. Things affect them differently. Like we talk about this on Punching Up all the time. Like Micah can't see frame rate and stuff like that. So doesn't fucking matter to her. But I don't blame anyone who spends a lot of money on hardware and is into that kind of shit and upset if it's not performing properly. Like if I spent $5,000 on a PC, whatever, you know, I have a 5090 and all that kind of shit, and games are running like dog shit or subpar, I'd be upset too. So I don't see the problem with people pointing out faults when developers should be better. I think people get carried away sometimes, but that doesn't mean others shouldn't be called out for it.
Yeah, I bought my first PS5 Pro 2 weeks ago now. And so
Yes, yeah.
It's funny. I feel like I bought it at the worst time where like every news story about the next AAA game, it's like, oh, the pro mode is broken with like MGS Delta, Borderlands 4, Silent Hill F. I think Yōtei is like the exception. It's kind of sad that
Yōtei is the exception, yeah.
Yeah, like the
first-party
fact
stuff
that that's a
usually
phrase.
fine.
The exception is a phrase for the PS5 Pro is a problem.
Yes.
But from my personal experience, like I played MGS Delta for the first time. It was my first time playing MGS3, and I didn't really notice any like crazy frame drops. Granted, I was playing. My first run was non-lethal. My second run was just getting all the collectibles, so it wasn't really like I wasn't like going in guns blazing, using like all like stun grenades and all that crap. So I didn't really notice anything too bad with that. Same with Silent Hill F, honestly. Like, I did see that Digital Foundry video about the texture shimmering. Thankfully, you know, ignorance is bliss in my part. I'm not saying it's not there. I'm not saying it's not there. But I didn't really notice it, per se. So, Yeah, I guess it depends on the person, depends on the game. I will say another sorted out the Bloober team because I did try Silent Hill 2 remake on my PS5 Pro,
Mm.
and immediately I noticed the shimmering issues.
Yeah.
I was like, why is this game? Why is this game like? It's so shiny. Like I don't remember it being so shiny.
It's so shiny, yeah.
And I kept like loading different save points to get into different areas. Like I got into the hotel, and I was like, man, this is rough.
Yeah.
So like sort out the blooper. You gotta get that PS5 Pro patch.
They're never going to do it.
Yeah, fucking.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah. See, like I've been talking crap about Silent Hill 2 remake, but like I like Bloober team though, you know, and because SH2 remake is a good game, you know, I do think that the level design is good and blah blah blah, right? I've sung its praises before, but then when I play Chronos, I'm like, why is this game kind of controlling better? Why is it optimized better on PC? It feels like Bloober had two teams almost working on it because you had to have been working on Chronos at the same time as remake. They came out way too soon.
Yeah, and
it's like, I don't know, like whoever was working on Chronos to make more Silent Hill games, because like, you know, Chronos is. I haven't played much of Chronos, to be fair. I played like maybe like 6 hours of it, but like what I played of it was like so much better, like from moment to moment, than Silent Hill 2 remake in terms of feel, the gameplay feel, the flow, even the level design, and the optimization too. Yeah, going back to what this Raiden said, though, you know, like I do want to say that Digital Foundry brain rot does exist. I do think that it's not the fault of Digital Foundry at all. I think they do a fantastic job. I think they do an important job. They should be doing what they do. But it is the audience that seems to just run with whatever they say and make it like the only thing that's so important. And you know, that's not what Dustin's saying at all. You know, like I feel like Dustin is a sharp enough person to be able to notice that shit too.
Yeah.
And of course, like Radec just noticed the shimmering in Silent Hill 2 remake, which is egregious. It really is bad in the PS5 Pro. It's really, really bad. It looks so bad. I don't want to play SH2 remake on the PS5 Pro anymore. You know, so there's got to be a balance where it's like, you know, you should be listening to what Digital Foundry says, but it's not like the end all. Like Brad said, it's not the end all be all of your gaming experience. Right. But yeah, if it is something you notice, then I get that. You know, this stuff used to bother me too at the PS4 Pro levels. You know, like the whole reason why I bought an Xbox One X is because I thought the PS4 Pro version of Red Dead Redemption 2 looked terrible. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't fucking stand looking at that thing. I was like, this looks stupid. I have to see this in 4K. You know. And then I went back to the PS4 Pro version, and I was like, I don't know what crawled on my ass. This is fine. So I think it just comes in waves. I think you're either a stickler for it now, or you will be later, or you'll get over it. You know, but
yeah, you
know, don't let this write in and say that brain rot doesn't exist. It does exist, but there's a balance, and Dustin's not doing that. That's for sure.
Yeah, Dustin's video was great.
Yeah.
Really great.
I don't watch Dustin's content. He fucking sucks. No. Dude, he is so, like, I fucking see his thumbnails all the time now. The YouTube algorithm thinks that I love him so much. I've only seen like two of his videos, but like every time Dustin puts out a new video, they're like, YouTube's like, you need to see this. Did you see your boy Dustin? He just fucking look at what he's saying about the PS5 Pro now.
Algorithm's working.
Yeah,
he's working his ass off.
So I did find an article on Eurogamer May 30th. In a statement to Eurogamer, Bloober said, "We're working with a publisher on the solution, and we'll share more details as soon as we have them."
Yeah,
and that
man.
was like 4 months ago. So like,
yeah, something's up with the Silent Hill 2 remake team. Like they just don't really have the sauce. Like they haven't optimized anything. The PC version still runs like crap sometimes. You know.
So are you worried about what they're going to do with Silent Hill 1 remake?
Well, as long as the Chronos team that helps with that, then I'll be totally fine, you know.
I think from a narrative perspective, people are less sensitive about it compared to 2.
Okay.
So I think that won't be as big of an issue probably. But
personally, I'm still worried about the remake, but we'll see.
Sure, I think you could totally be worried.
But I do think SH1 remake would, again, prefacing this with, I think the original game should be released, and it's a crime that is not released. But that being said, I think it is a worthy effort to remake SH1 because it is really really old.
Yeah.
And
Really old.
even some of the puzzles haven't aged all that great. They're a little weird, you know. So I don't know. I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting exactly which puzzles, but anyways, yeah. Keep it up, Blue
All
Bird,
right.
and sort it out.
Yeah. All right. Now it's time for Keep It Up. The exact opposite. Stuff we're pleased with in gaming. Radec, what are you pleased with right now?
So I wrote down 2 here. First one, Sucker Punch. More specifically, Nate Fox. I feel like Nate Fox is one of the more underappreciated creative leads in PlayStation history. This guy wrote and directed like the Sly Cooper trilogy. He directed the Infamous games. He directed Tsushima and now Yōtei. And of course, when you think about like the legends in the PlayStation creative space, of course you got David Jaffe, Fumito Ueda, Druckmann, Amy Hennig, Bruce Straley, and even someone like, I know he's controversial, but David Cage makes memorable games. Like you will remember a David Cage game when you play it. I played Heavy Rain for the first time last year.
I remember some of that game. Yeah.
oh my god, bro! That game, I actually kind of warmed up to it the longer time has passed because it's so insane, but it makes it so much more memorable to me.
Yeah, you went viral with those clips of Nam and Jaden. That's how you pronounce his name. Not Nam and Jaden.
Nam and Jaden.
Nam and Jaden running through the fish market and failing every single QTE.
Bro, dude, like I think Chris pointed this out. Like the layout of that market is like makes no sense.
Nonsense. Like what? Like why are the chickens next to the fish or the produce live chickens?
Oh my god, dude! And then like there's a whole striptease dance with Madison Page. Madison Page was such a terrible character. That journalist character.
Oh my god.
I was like,
why are we trying to rape her like every 3 scenes? Like this is crazy.
It's so uncomfortable, bro.
Like, can we please stop? This is so bad. Yeah.
Dude, and like the actual reveal, the origami killer was like so lazy.
It's so dude. The game just lies to you about that. That's crazy, you know?
Bro, and of course, shout out to Ethan Mars, Jason, of course. And despite all my like, we just like spent the last minute shit talking in this game, but it's memorable, right?
It is memorable,
and I think that is like to the credit to David Cage, despite how you feel about him. And I want to give a credit to Nate Fox. I feel like he deserves more love in the PlayStation stratosphere. His resume is stacked. Like we are all fans of Sucker Punch games. We all love Sly Cooper, Infamous, Yōtei, and I can't wait to see what this guy directs next.
I concur. I think I've grown, especially after Yōtei. I was like, yo, this guy makes some solid games, man. Like like you're right. I think it is time for a Nate Fox appreciation circle, where it's like this guy has been making some good games for a while, and Yōtei is, I think, the best one. And his writing has gotten better, his directing has gotten better, everything has just gotten better. He's just a solid workhorse. Like he's a real game maker.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And my second, keep it up, PlayStation Productions, specifically Twisted Metal Season 2. Of course, I had to mention this, Brad. Sorry. But Twisted Metal Season 2, the best video game adaptation I have ever seen.
I need to watch it. Damn.
It's so good, bro. Especially, like, I'm curious to see what you think about it, Gene, because you played Twisted Metal back in its heyday during PS1, and I would love to... It's so surreal to me. Like, Sweet Tooth is still a thing. He's still like a mascot, iconic character for PlayStation.
Crazy. Yeah, that Sweet Tooth is still relevant.
Yeah, he's not an Astrobot, apparently. I don't know why, even though he's like literally PlayStation's first ever franchise, Twisted Metal. No representation in Astrobot, which is fucking ridiculous.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. And like, no, not even that. It's like no single track or incognito representation at all. Like no Jet Moto, no War of the Monsters, no Warhawk or Starhawk. No downhill domination.
Dude,
like, that was like Warhawk was. I saw some of those live action PS1 Warhawk cutscenes, and oh boy, dude, that was certainly.
Dude, but for back then, for like what 15-year-old me back then, that was a shit back then. I was like, hell yeah, this is better than Sega CD. This is PlayStation, baby. Cutscenes are so much better and so much better acted. You know?
Oh yeah.
Cutscenes used to be a big deal.
It's great. Like, of course, it's like they clearly they were clearly working on a Twisted Metal game to tie it into the show. The game got canceled, unfortunately, but at least we saw the show. It was successful. Like the ratings were doing really well for Peacock, and I do think PlayStation Productions really needed this W because I like the Until Dawn movie. I thought it was fun. I'm not saying it's like the best movie or anything, but it did well enough for me. Last of Us Season 2 was a massive disappointment for me. And I say this as someone who loves the game. So, of course, like I come in with that expectation. But like compared to Season 1, which I thought was excellent, both as an adaptation and just like a general TV show, I think Last of Us Season 2 failed on both fronts.
Oh, man.
Like I don't think it's a good adaptation. And I just don't think it's a good season of TV. Like, and I feel like if you're watching it without having any of the context of the original games, you'd be like, oh, what? This is it? Like,
yeah, I've been watching like I obsessively watch YouTube reactors, you know, and so I was really interested to see what people who never played the games thought of Season 2, and they were like, "Wait, that's it?" You know, there was like no real payoff. There's no real narrative. It's just a cliffhanger, and it's just like, oh, what?
Dude, like.
Oh man,
It should have been 10 episodes, man. Like, while I don't know why it was 7 episodes, I do not understand why
it's so short. See, that's the thing. Like, I really, really like the episode, the second to last episode, the one where Joel's dad shows up, right? Like, I really thought,
episode.
Yeah, the one that Neil directed, right? I really thought that the one episode that Neil directed was excellent.
Yeah.
And it almost made. I was gonna say it back then. I said it made the whole season worth it because that episode was so good and it felt like a real expansion of the game. But now, several months from it, though, like I really struggle to have like positive feelings about Season 2.
Because, dude, me too, man. Like
because it's just one episode.
Jackson fight.
It's just one episode, like surrounded by like all this like weird stuff that like it's just hard to get used to. Of course, with Ellie's like characterization. Nothing to do with Bella's performance, but like the characterization of Ellie, just making her, you know, childish and childlike, more
ridiculous,
kind of incompetent. You know, no action with Ellie. It's like why did she do all that CQC training, bro? You know,
she literally has Seth's rifle. Seth gives her the rifle. Never shoots it once.
Never uses it once. They didn't hunt anything. They made a whole fucking scene about a rifle. They wrote a whole new scene where you're getting this weapon. That's Chekhov's gun right there. You know.
Yep.
And it's like it just never fires. You know.
Oh man, and I feel like they did Bella Ramsey so dirty. They did her so dirty because she's fantastic as Ellie in Season 1. Like I rewatched Season 1 right after Season 2. I'm like, yo, this is great TV. Like I believe Bella Ramsey as Ellie. Like she has the mannerisms down to a T. And then you watch Season 2, it's like, man, like the fact that Dina has more agency about Joel's death over Ellie.
That was so weird, dude.
Wait, what?
Huge problem.
Oh, you don't watch Season 2?
No, I haven't seen the show at all. I have no interest in watching a TV show about.
Oh my god, dude! Like Dina is more upset about Joel's death than Ellie is. It seems like, and like Dina is the one like planning the whole revenge trip instead of Ellie. It's so weird, you know.
Gasoline, and she like, oh my god, dude, like.
Gasoline, baby. That's the one Dustin had issues with, and I completely agree with him.
Yeah.
That line screwed. I was like, gasoline, baby, and I was like, girl, that this is not the time to talk like that right now. It's just so weird, you know.
Yeah, no wonder why Neil Druckmann left. Like I know he was busy making Intergalactic, but like he made the right call leaving.
And then because I was playing Last of Us 2 at the same time. Sorry to turn this to the whole Last of Us 2 conversation.
Yeah, sorry, Brad.
But like I was playing Last of Us 2 at the same time, and it's like, dude, Ellie is not joking like that in the game, you know?
Never.
Like she like Dina might say something light, and like Ellie might get kind of pulled into it a little bit. She gets a little comfortable and everything like that, but then she locks in. She's like, no, but we gotta find Abby. You know, she's always locked into the mission. You know. I can't wait to see HBO's Ghost of Yōtei, where Atsu is like, let's go fishing, baby.
Dude, and not to harp on this, but there's that scene in Last of Us 2 where like Ellie takes off her shirt and you see like all the bruises and cuts and like all the shit she's been in through. And then they do the exact same scene in the TV show. It's like, when did this happen? Well, when the fuck did this happen, bro? Like, well, you did not do this at all.
You fell down one story once. That's it. Like,
Oh my god.
that will leave a mark, but like not like you've been fighting a war, man. Like, that's crazy.
And this is why I'm saying Twisted Metal, after these 2 seasons, by far the best PlayStation Productions adaptation.
Cool.
Highly recommended for everyone to watch. The world's actually dangerous, like it's not like The Last of Us where it's like fucking whatever. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent.
Maybe we should have had Radec on The Last of Us season 2 spoiler.
You guys should have.
It's so funny because Dustin and Micah looked so depressed being forced to talk about it every week.
Yeah,
it's like because the show wasn't good.
I actually stopped watching it because I was so depressed watching them get depressed over it too, and it's like I get it. It's not that fun.
Yeah,
and
I was DMing Radec the whole time as we were watching it too. Delay too. Why is Tommy doing this instead of this? Like, what the hell,
Shout out to Jesse. I like the actor they got for
Jesse. Was dope. Jesse, the actor was dope. Jesse is always not. Well, they kind of changed Jesse's character though, man. In this one.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh my. Yeah, because there's that whole. I don't want to get into spoilers.
But he's like so antagonistic towards Ellie, and it's like no, like
it's so weird, dude. Like, why are you beefing? Like
like it just comes out of nowhere, and it's like you kind of ruin one of the great moments between Jesse and Ellie by like making them kind of like have beef a little bit, and it's like no, man, they're supposed to be like bonding now. It's crazy,
and the whole Gale character useless.
Oh my god, dude! It's such a cliche. The therapist. It's such a cliche to just have a therapist character. So just so a character can like speak their motivations like loudly and dumbly to the audience.
Yeah. The more I talk about it, I think I hate season 2. I hate Last of Us season 2.
Oh man, Neil, we love you, but season 2 had some issues for sure.
Yeah, no beef towards Neil. Great creative lead. Love his games.
Yeah, love his episode. His episode was amazing.
His episode was the best one by far.
It really was.
By far.
All right, Gene, what is your keep it up?
I guess keep it up to Konami and just in general. I've talked a lot of crap about Silent Hill 2 remake, but when it comes down to it, it's a pretty good game. And it seems like it was the start of something good. With Konami, kind of slowly crawling their way back up into the good graces. Metal Gear Delta. I know some people have issues with it. I thought it's a fantastic port. I thought I said this before. I said this before on the spoiler cast for Metal Gear Delta. So go check that out on Patreon with me and Chris Reagan and Colin. But my impression of Metal Gear Delta was that it's another good version of Metal Gear Solid 3. And the fact that I can say that makes it a good project, a successful project. It's very, very thorough. It has so much crap in it.
Snake versus Monkey.
Yeah, Snake versus Monkey. I'm more comfortable recommending that as people's first Metal Gear over Silent Hill 2 remake being the first for Silent Hill 2. So that's why it's like I'm not saying that remakes or Konami in general. I just think that Delta just serves the original game better than remake does. That said, SH2 remake is good, and I think SHF is fucking brilliant. So keep it up, Konami. Like you are somehow doing it. It feels weird. Like part of my weird feelings with SHF is it's like, oh, I like a new Konami game. That hasn't happened in over 10 years.
Yeah, for like a new game. Yeah,
for not even Metal Gear Survive.
Well, Metal Gear Survive is over 10 years old too. There's that, right? Is it?
It was 2017, right?
Oh, shit, fuck it.
Yeah, it was later.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Phantom Pain was 2014, I think.
2015.
Or was it 2015?
Ground Zeroes was 2014.
Yeah, Ground Zeroes was 2014. Phantom Pain was 2015. Okay, so it did come out on 2016, 2017. Okay, well, yeah. I did play Survive, and I did enjoy it. But it is... I didn't enjoy it because I didn't play like a Metal Gear game. I played like an Animal Crossing game, And I really do think that like there are ideas in Survive that probably made it to Death Stranding. I feel like Kojima probably had some leftover notes, and they're like, "Ooh, we can make a game out of this. Why don't we make Metal Gear Survive?" And then Kojima took it another way and made Death Stranding out of it. But it's like, Survive is not a terrible game. It is a terrible game if you're expecting a Metal Gear game. That's for sure. Which
Yeah.
is,
Well-
which, to be fair, it's called Metal Gear, so I get that.
Well, since I have some Metal Gear heads here, I do want to ask, like, people are saying MGS1 should be the next remake, blah, blah, blah. Like, but why wouldn't it be Peace Walker? Because isn't that, like, the next canonical game?
If you want to go like history like that, I suppose it would be Peace Walker.
Yeah,
but-
I was always fascinated by Peace
Or
Walker. Since
I always get confused about Portable Ops. If that's like
Is that canon?
or not? I'd
Parts
get
of it is canon,
confused.
parts of it isn't. So
Okay, that's why I'm confused about it.
Yeah. So
Peace
Kojima
Walker's,
just
like,
picks and
way
chooses
more
what's
relevant.
canon and what's not, and
Yeah,
so
like the acid games are not and stuff.
the acid
Oh,
games
Ghost
are not.
Babel.
Ghost Babel is not,
Okay.
which I loved. Ghost Babel was fantastic. But yeah, Peace Walker would actually be pretty easy to adapt. You just not easy, quote unquote easy. Developing games is hard, but it's like just plop the Delta gameplay into Peace Walker and just remake those stages. That's fine.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
I don't think they need to do it. We're getting Volume 2 collection, so just fucking put it on there.
Just put it on there. Yeah, I don't think
Just
so.
put it on
Yeah.
there.
Do you think they end with Volume 2, or will they, like, stretch it out to Volume 3?
They better not.
What are you gonna put on 3? It's like
Like, Revengeance?
you could put that on 2, I guess, but
Okay.
maybe. I don't know, because it's like Volume 2, you need Peace Walker, you need 4,
Portable Ops?
5. Portable Ops, maybe, yeah, you could put on there. And you could put Revengeance on there, maybe.
Because I know Master
About it.
Collection Volume 1 has, like, the NES games,
Mhm.
as well as the original Metal Gear games
Mhm.
as, like, a... I also love how they have their own, like, Platinum as well, which is really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Keep it up for me. Just this week, big week for me. Ghost of Yōtei, Final Fantasy Tactics comes out like tomorrow, which I'm very excited about, and
God.
Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Can't wait to revisit Galaxy 2. It's been a long ass time. That game fucking slaps. Have you played that, Radec?
I played the first one. The first
Okay.
one's one of my favorite 3D platforms.
Dude,
It might be my
2's
favorite
so
3D platformer ever.
Yeah.
2 is
honestly.
so fucking good. Yeah, they're both like 10s. They're both incredible games.
Is there an upgrade path for
Yeah,
because
they're
I have
getting
the
a-
3D All Stars.
Yeah, there'll be a
Collection.
Switch 2 version. I think it'll upgrade to that.
Oh, so if I have like Mario 3D All Stars, I get like $10
Yeah.
for the.
Well, you'll have to pay you'll have to buy Galaxy 2 separately.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
No, that's
which is like
$40, which is a fine
$40
price.
bucks.
That's a fine
Yeah,
price.
that's fine. Yeah.
People think it's $40 is like expensive, but it's like, bro, it's fucking Mario Galaxy 2, dude. It's worth every penny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
usually I'm
Nintendo
not crazy
tax.
about that kind of argument. It's like it's X or Y, but like I feel like I've been in. People praise Galaxy 2 enough, or like, all right, people aren't lying about this.
This is one of the
It-
best
it
games.
probably is.
This is one of the best games ever made.
Okay,
It's worth $40.
Like it's $10 more than Pac-Man Re-PAC 2. It's like,
Yeah.
all right.
Come on. Yeah.
No shade to Pac-Man, but it's like, come on, it's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Mario Galaxy 2, dude.
Yeah. I also don't get why people are complaining about the price for Silent Hill F. Like, yeah, you complain about $70 in
People complaining
general.
about that?
Yeah, people are like, "Oh my god, it's so expensive," and it's like, dude, it's
Come on, bro.
it's a AAA game, dude. What do you expect, man? I played it for 40 hours, and I'm still discovering new things about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Metal
that
Gear
game was.
Delta's $70, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like a remake, like a pretty one-to-one remake in a lot
yeah,
of
it's
ways.
the same story. It's exactly the
Yeah.
same story as the original one.
It's like the same cutscenes and everything too. And like, is it the same voice acting or do they redub
It's the same
it?
voice acting. Yeah, same voice acting.
Like we all played Silent Hill F. Never once when I played that game is like, oh, this feels cheap.
No,
Never-
yeah,
I
it
not
doesn't
at
feel
all.
cheap.
No.
Not at all, and
Yeah,
it's
it doesn't
and it's
feel cheap at all.
optimized well too. Dude, it runs nicely on a Steam Deck. It really does. It looks
Oh, nice.
It looks really good.
Yeah, I believe it. All right, Daniel Ross wrote and said, "Keep it up to you guys at LSM. Not had any time to play much of anything recently, but been staying in the loop, listening each week with your lovely voices. Keep on screaming and creaming." Wow. We will. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. This is from Curry Powder 84. Hi, Summoners. I wanted to give a keep it up to Gene Park for his stellar reviews on the Washington Post. Gene always delivers unique and insightful perspectives in his reviews, and I always look forward to him appearing on Summon Sign as well.
Thanks, man.
I do have a quick question for Gene about the Washington Post review scale. Is there any reason for it being 4 stars instead of 5? With half-star increments, it makes an 8-point scale, which is a bit odd. Would you prefer if you could work within the full 10-point scale or just have a 5-star scale with no half points? Just curious about why the 4 stars is a thing. Keep up the great work, Gene.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the feedback and thanks for the shout out. I appreciate that very much. Thanks for reading. I really appreciate that. And I've been having a lot of fun writing my reviews. Actually, I feel like some of my best writing has actually been on Silksong, Hollow Knight, on Yōtei, and my Kojima piece too, which you can go read on my pin. On my
That was
pin,
great.
My
Great
pin
job.
tweet. You know. Regarding the four-star thing, simply that I work for the style section. The feature, it's not style. Trust me, I complained about this literally my first day at work. It's like, why is it called the style section when it's not about style? It's about everything that's like fun and entertainment. But you call it the style section. That's so fucking dumb and confusing. And they just have never changed it. And now I'm just I am a style journalist. But style covers music, they cover movies, they cover everything. And in traditional newspaper criticism, you go by the 4-star review. Roger Ebert did the 4-star review too. I did go by the 10-point scale when we had quote unquote Launcher, the video game section of the Washington Post, a name that I hated. But I did go by 10 points there just because it's basic and traditional for video games. But I decided to go ahead and stick by the 4-star scale to the style section of the Washington Post because I want to be a newspaper critic, and I finally became one. I am the video game critic of the Washington Post. That's a dream job of mine, and I'm more than happy to adapt to that. I don't think 4 stars is that weird. 4 stars means it's by 25 points. So if it's 3 stars, then you get a 75. If it's 2 stars, then you get 50. Very, very clean, not weird to understand. But I get that IGN basically a Metacritic has turned it into a 10-point scale or a 100-point scale.
Yes.
But on Metacritic, it's very easy. If a game gets 3.5 stars, then it's basically 88. You know, but that's pretty much what it is. It does kind of give me a little interesting debate. You know, like I actually asked Brad off screen, like, what should I give Ghost of Yōtei, and I kind of like laid out my things for him because it's like. I wish I could give Yōtei like a 9 or a 9.5, but I gave it 3.5 stars, which is 88, which is basically a 9. You know, I feel really, really comfortable with that. So it gives me less flexibility. So I'm trying to use the scale more, which is why, like, you know, that's part of the reason why I reviewed Mind's Eye. Not that I knew that Mind's Eye was going to be a 0.5. I thought at the most it was going to be a 2 at least, right? But like reviewing Mind's Eye gave me finally let me dip my feet into the other part of the scale, and now I have a greater understanding of how I might review games. So I might be giving more games too. I might have given Ghost of Yōtei 4-star previously to Mind's Eye, but now with Mind's Eye going on, I was thinking maybe now a 3.5. So going forward, like I feel like I have a deeper understanding of how to use that scale better. But that's pretty much what it is. The Washington Post uses a 4-star scale, and rather than trying to be special, I decided to just play along with it. And also, again, it's Roger Ebert is my hero. He is the reason why I wanted to do criticism. He's the model that I emulate. He is the person I want to be. So to be able to use the same scale as him, I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, I figured, Gene, it was just probably something that's how most things are probably reviewed at newspapers, is like 4 stars and stuff like that, using that star system.
Yeah.
That's what I figured you did.
Yeah. And it's like, you know,
yeah.
the Michelin star system for restaurants goes by 3 stars. 3 stars is the maximum. If you get if you're a 3-star Michelin restaurant, then you are the best of the best restaurant in the world, you know?
Yeah. The star, like everyone uses their star system's different. It's weird. Like hotels is like 5 stars and stuff like that.
5-star hotel.
Strange.
Yeah.
I remember, Gene, at Easy Allies in the beginning, we used stars as well. We had 5 stars though.
Sure.
And I remember people would just interpret as like, you know, 4 stars means an 8 and stuff like that. Then Metacritic started taking those stars and doing that to it pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we were just like, fuck it. Let's just make it the back to the 10 point. Or we have the 0.5, so that scale in there. So it is weird, but yeah. Yeah, how people view review scores is different for a lot of people, so you got to keep that in mind, I guess.
And you correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, but like the Metacritic thing is like they weight certain outlets higher in the
I think
ranking,
so.
right?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so.
So I assume IGN has like the highest
Probably.
Impact. Yeah, something
Probably,
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is annoying because you have some of the most annoying reviews. So again, the IGN review of Silent Hill F is like so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why am I running away from other enemies in a survival horror game?
Yeah, to me, that's like you've played Resident Evil 4, I guess.
Dead Space.
So like new Resident Dead Space, yeah. I guess I don't know.
Like for you, Dead Space is survival horror, and it's like no, it's not.
Yeah, it's like Resident Evil 4 is an action game. It's not survival horror.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Ben Matthews. Hey, Summon Ussies. A big keep it up this week to video game remakes. My theory is that since game development cycles take so long now, companies are turning to their back catalogs. The result has been a wave of high quality remakes, and they've been delightful. Persona 3 Reload, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, Suikoden 1 and 2, Trails in the Sky First Chapter, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Silent Hill 2 are just a few examples. It's honestly an embarrassment of riches. What are the panel's favorite recent remakes or remasters, and what games would you like to see brought forward to modern hardware? All right, favorite remakes, remasters. Let's go with you first, Radec. What's some of your favorites?
The one I do want to highlight is Medieval remake. Medieval
I
Sony
reviewed
Cambridge
that
game
when it came out. Yeah,
underscored it. Some would say.
No,
come on,
I gave it a 7, dude.
You could add like a nice 2.5 points to that.
No, we did because we only had 0.5s.
Oh man, all right. Respect. But yeah, Medieval remake, very cozy game for me, very important game for me. I first learned about the Medieval franchise during the PlayStation All-Stars era.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah, PlayStation All-Stars is like a hard game for me to talk about objectively because it is the reason why I have any social media presence at all. Like I owe a lot to that game. But yeah, that's the first time I heard about Sir Daniel Fortescue and the world of Medieval. And I fell in love with it ever since. So Medieval remake, it's great. I am kind of disappointed that the PlayStation community didn't show up for it and support it.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen 2. I think it was good enough for a sequel to get another one. Like I liked it.
Yeah. In retrospect, I kind of wish they did like the Crash Insane Spyro trilogy treatment where they just do both 1 and 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
Because now the conversation is, instead of Medieval 3, where's Medieval 3 or where's Medieval 3? It's where's Medieval 2 remake? Where's Medieval 2 remake? So I kind of wish we gotten that out of the way.
Is it on PSN though? Can you at least play the old one?
Oh, every Medieval game is on PlayStation 4. The PS1 game, Medieval 2, the PSP reimagining, and the PS4 remake.
Okay, that's cool at least. That's there.
Yeah.
All right. Very nice. Gene, what's one of your favorite remakes?
I don't know. The just the most boring answer: Resident Evil remake. You know,
I was gonna say me and Gene just talked about this recently.
We just said this, but yeah, Resident Evil remake is clearly the best one. It remakes the original game, keeps the spirit, it makes the enhancements.
It improves upon it in every way.
It's the perfect remake. It's the perfect remake that improves on everything, that quote unquote modernizes it without modernizing too much. It's the perfect remake.
So for someone like me, you would recommend that version over like the OG PS1?
Oh, totally. Yeah, this is one where I say that with no reservations at all. Like
gotcha.
It's the one remake that I think adequately replaces the original one. You still might want to play the original one, and it is on PS Plus Classics, which is great. I love that. You know, and 2 and 3. You might want to play the original ones for historical perspectives, and those are important. But if you want a good introduction to even what Resident Evil was back then, like the first remake is just like phenomenal. It's just one of the best things ever made.
Because like even with like 2, there's things I like about the original 2 over remake.
Yeah,
but it's like for 1, it's like no, everything's just kind of better. Everything.
See, it's like that's what I hope Metal Gear 1 remake would be like. You know, it's like just keep. But that'll be so hard though, because like the camera's perspective is going to be different. But it's like, but Delta did it pretty good too. Delta did a good job remaking that without modernizing too much and still making it feel like the original game. So it's like, man, Virtuous, whatever the Delta team did there, I think I would absolutely trust them with a Metal Gear 1 remake, which is like sacred ground. But you know,
so would they base that off the PS1 version or Twin Snakes? The remake.
Hopefully,
I never played Twin Snakes. I have
I love Twin Snakes. I'm a Twin Snakes defender, but
Twin Snakes changes a lot.
Okay.
it's like a fucking like way more
like in terms of
cutscene-wise,
narrative. Oh, okay.
there's like Snake's riding on like a fucking missile and shit, and they're just doing like
Oh
matrix
my God.
flips and
Snake
stuff
becomes
like that.
Dante basically
Yes.
in Twin Snakes.
Interesting.
They
Huh.
have mechanics from 2 that can like really break the game or just like trivialize a lot of it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But the action sequences in Twin Snakes are they're directed by the director of this Japanese movie versus director Ryuhei Kitamura. So he did the action sequences for Twin Snakes, and Versus is a fucking crazy action packed like martial arts movie, and he basically just did that to Twin Snakes. And so Solid Snake for some reason is Neo plus Dante. He is like you are not getting the original true spirit of the story in Twin Snakes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's for damn
Yeah,
sure.
you should play it sometime because you've played the original.
But
you should
because
check
you
it
played the original, then you should definitely play Twin Snakes. It might replace some parts of the game for you because like some parts are pretty fucking cool. It's a cool game. I love it, but
It's worth playing through.
It's
for
worth
sure,
playing.
just to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing on the wiki Silicon Knights, which is a name I haven't
Mhm.
heard of in a long time.
yeah, they made Eternal
X-Men-
Darkness. They made Eternal
X-Men
Darkness for
Destiny.
GameCube.
Yeah.
God damn.
Remakes for me, it's like I would put Final Fantasy on there 7, but it's just so different. It's like completely different ball game, I guess. So I would have to kind of just align with Gene as well, being like it's fucking Resident Evil 1, man. It's that goddamn good.
Mm-hmm.
It's that good. All right.
What? How about the Oh, sorry.
No,
There's
go
the
ahead.
second part. There's a second part of the question. What game
Oh,
would
yeah,
you
you're
like
right.
to see brought forward? So this might be like a little mini sorted out, but I really also like the Blue Point remakes. I think, well,
Mhm.
of course they do the HD remasters. They did Gravity Rush, Uncharted, but in terms of like remakes, I thought Shadow of the Colossus was excellent. I am kind of sad they didn't do Eco remake as well during the same time because I don't think we'll ever get an Eco remake, despite that game being like one of, if not the best PlayStation game ever, in my opinion. Like I love that game so much, and I'm glad I'm here with Eco supporters. By the way, like I
me
feel
and Gene
very,
are kind of the only two.
Oh my god, dude, this fucking network.
bro. Like one thing, like you guys host a Nintendo show, but your PlayStation knowledge is like pretty tapped in. Like that's what I like about you guys, more so than Actually, I shouldn't finish that sentence.
No. Dude, we get it, dude, you know. Trust me, I was making fun of the Sacred Boys live because they didn't or it was Brad. You asked him like, what's the name of Gray Fox's or who is Frank Yeager?
Oh yeah, I was like, what's Gray
okay.
Fox's real?
Yeah,
like,
dude,
first
fucking even
name?
Radec knows that. He just played the game like last year, you know. Like,
Gray Fox is so fucking cool. Dude.
how do you
He's
fucking forget Gray Fox's name? Like, are you even paying attention? Like, that's crazy, you know.
And that's
And I can tell when I told Dustin and Colin that in chat that they were like, you guys didn't even know Frank Yeager, and they were like, come on, Gene. They didn't joke about it. They didn't say anything. I knew that fucking pissed them off, and they should be pissed off. They should be pissed off at themselves.
Shout out to Brad because like he posted that picture for the question, and it's like, oh yeah, that's Okage Shadow King. Like right away, I was like, yeah, I know that game.
Oh yeah, Okage, yeah.
I knew you, Radec.
Appreciate it, but yeah, like that's Blue Point. The thing is, like their turnaround time was actually very impressive. Shadow of the Colossus remake was like February 2018. Demon Souls remake was for the launch of the PS5, November 2020. Bro, we could have been on our like third Blue Point PS5 remake by now. Like,
Could have had Bloodborne.
oh my god, not even Bloodborne's the obvious choice, but like I like more of the weird cuts. Like I always thought like the Mark of Kree remake. That's more of like
yeah, I know. I know
you
that
game, right? Yeah, I really love that game.
I liked it. It was cool. Cool kills in it. I remember.
It's like it's kind of like a Disney cartoon in a way. So I would love to see like a stylized, even more stylized reimagining of Mark of Kree. I think Blue Point would have killed it. And of course, there's the obvious like, just, bro, instead of a God of War live service game, just remake God of War. Just remake it, bro. Like that's all you had to do.
Yeah, or at least port them to modern hardware, so I don't have to stream that bullshit.
It's so funny. I kind of wish they did more remasters of PS3 games in the early PS4 era. So this wouldn't even be a conversation anymore. You know, they remastered God of War 3. That's it. No God of War 1, 2, Ascension, Ghost of Sparta, Chains.
Yeah, dude, I'll take a Lair remake. I don't care. You know, a remaster.
Yes, bro.
Fuck it.
Factor 5? Come on, man.
Yeah. Definitely. What's it? Dude, I'm literally forgetting the name. The Hellblade developer, Ninja Theory's first game,
Oh, Heavenly Sword.
Heavenly Sword. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely remake or re-release Heavenly Sword. That game was cool.
That was a cool game.
I did
Andy
like that
Serkis.
game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was when Ninja Theory actually had combat in their games.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's when Ninja Theory actually made video games. For once.
Dude, I tried Hellblade 1. I was like,
Dude,
Oh, dude.
did you haven't tried Hellblade 2?
Oh boy.
No, everything I heard about that game is like,
You thought Hellblade 1 had no game. Dude, Hellblade 2 somehow has less game than that, man. The puzzles are weaker, they're simpler. The combat is simpler. It's crazy. But that white woman sure looks good when she's screaming. That's for damn sure.
Oh man, like people have been calling Hellblade 2 like the Order 1886 of Xbox.
No,
and
man,
I'm
not
really,
even, dude. Not
really.
even. Yeah, the Order 1886 is a way better
Way
game.
cooler. Way cooler.
Way better game. Yeah, way cooler. Way meaner game.
I'm not as hot on the Order as everyone else in PlayStation community. Like I have a lot of problems with that game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I'm such a huge Ready at Dawn fan with Daxter and the 2 PSP God of War games they made.
I want to see you try Hellblade 2 now. Now that I know your expectations. If you think that Hellblade 2 could be the Order 1886, oh man, like yeah. Because like I don't think Order 1886 is like some great game either, right? But it was a fun romp, right?
Cool world, really nice visuals at the
wrong
time.
price point. That was like the biggest thing. A wrong price point at that time.
Yeah. Can't skip cutscenes.
No, dude, the fact that you can't skip cutscenes sucks so much, man. Like seriously,
dude, I love how
you can't even replay the game nicely because you can't skip the cutscenes. Jesus Christ, dude.
The final third of that game is like literally an hour. I'm like, all right, the third act, and it's done.
Yeah, dude, it was so over so quick. It's just like what, But that's Hellblade 2 as well. You're just like, oh, the story might be starting, and then it's like, oh, credits roll. I was like, oh, are you fucking serious? Nothing happened in this game, dude.
They're making a third one, right? Is that confirmed?
I fucking hope not, dude.
I hope not. I hope they do something different.
Yeah, they need. Yeah, Ninja, please make a video game for once.
Well, they did do Bleeding Edge, and no one gave a shit about it.
No one
good reason.
That was their Destruction All Stars.
Yeah, but they did use it to feed the Microsoft AI to learn how to make video games. So
that's true. Yeah, I guess it got a second life.
About that.
Yeah, can't wait for the Bleeding Edge based AI games. Jesus Christ, dude.
All right, let's do a game recommendation from the audience for the audience. This is from Third Shift Weirdo. Hello, Summoners. I recently achieved the Platinum Trophy in Cocoon and highly recommend it to puzzle game enthusiasts. Initially, the puzzles aren't overly complex, and I didn't need a guide until reaching the 84% checkpoint. The visually appealing art style and some of the puzzles provided a fresh mental workout. I felt a sense of accomplishment when I solved them independently. There are also multiple checkpoints to revisit after completing the game, allowing you to clean up anything you might have missed. It will be available as one of the monthly offerings for PlayStation Plus in October, so you won't have to shell out anything to try it. Be well, everyone. I've heard great things about this game.
Same.
But I just never got to it. But great recommendation there. Radec, since you're a guest, I'm going to let you give the audience one game recommendation. Any game.
Puppeteer.
One game you would recommend. Puppeteer. Great pick.
PS3. Great. Gavin Moore, another underrated and creative lead amongst the Sony Pantheon. It's like a great blend between like British humor and Japanese like game design, I would say. It's like you play as a puppet boy named Kuduro. He loses his head. And like the main gameplay hook is like he collects different heads that give him different moves or different like interactions. Like he has like a ninja grappling hook head or like a sumo wrestler head. It's so creative and charming. I love the presentation of the game. It kind of reminds me of, you guys are in the Nintendo beat, like Super Princess Peach in that way, where it's like a theater presentation.
Yeah.
You hear the crowd chanting in the background as you move screen to screen. I love the transitions where it's like all the props go down, they go back up. Highly recommend Puppeteer. Unfortunately, it's I don't know if it's on PS3 streaming via PS5 or not. But it is locked to PS3 if you want to play a native version, which sucks. I feel like this is a perfect game for Bandai Namco to pick up the license to and remaster it.
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah, because they did Freedom Wars Remastered, Patapon 1+2 Replay. They made a brand new Everybody's Golf game. And well, this wasn't Bandai Namco, but there was a new Fantavision game 2 years ago, which was fun. That was a fun platinum to get. So yeah, Puppeteer, highly recommended. One of the most underrated games in PlayStation history.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Unfortunately, it bombed when it came out.
Yeah, it's so sad.
I don't know if I told you this, Radec, but I went to a GameStop the day it came out. And I was like, can I get Puppeteer, please? And they had no idea what I was talking about. No idea.
Oh, man. And it's funny you bring
like,
that up because I think Shuhei Bokeh Game Studio, a former Team Siren, Team Gravity guys. So that's the name's blanking on me. The creator of Gravity Rush and Silent Hill. I can't. Why am I forgetting their name? Anyways, they do like some YouTube series where they interview guests and have like a casual conversation. Shuhei Yoshida was on there for one episode, and Shuhei says, "Is like, yeah, Puppeteer should have been a PS4 launch game because the timing of that game, it came out like September 2013, 2 months before the PS4 launch." And if it was a PS4 launch game, I guarantee you we would have gotten like a sequel.
It would have done way better. I mean, Knack 1 did really well, so and it's way better than Knack.
Oh my God. The Knack Platinum was fucking brutal, dude.
I didn't even get through the game. I was like, this is boring.
I know Huber loved it, right?
Yeah, he did. Knack was a big time meme at that company, that's for sure. All right, let's end the show with some write-ins from the audience. If you want to write into the show, I post a thread every Saturday calling for your submission, so keep an eye out there on our Patreon. This is from Anthony Maltese. Hey, gents, this is more a question for Gene and Brad, but I'd very much want to hear from the masturbator, Radec, as well. Lately, it seems like many LSM fam are in the cycle of this is good, but not as good as people say malaise with games. Most notably, Brad and Maddie's rapid fire meh session on Defining Duke had me rolling, especially by the time you got to Lies of P. What are some games in the last few years that very much did live up to your hype for you guys? Anyways, keep up the great work, fellas. Lived up to the hype? Dude, plenty. Elden Ring is like a shining example.
Elden Ring is the one example I can give where it's like my hype is astronomical and somehow it exceeded that. So
yeah. Like
I feel like there's no other game, honestly, that I was that hyped.
I mean, Elden Ring was like for sure like the top of like quality where it's like, whoa. This is like went above and beyond in every possible way I could have thought of. Mm-hmm. So for sure that
every single way.
Yeah. Radec, what about you?
So it said games released in the last few years. So, well, I have two. One of them is an old game, but I'll start with a new game. Of course, Astrobot. Very special game. I loved seeing Team Asobi's journey from the Playroom back in 2013 as the PS4 packing game where you needed the camera. Then they did the Playroom VR, Astrobot Rescue Mission, Astro's Playroom. It all culminates into Astrobot, a fantastic 3D platformer. So I'm very happy for Nicolas Doucet and those guys. I think Nicolas Doucet had experience making iToy games back in the day, which is like a cool tidbit. And
Eye of Judgment.
Eye Judgment, man. Dude, I recently looked up a card pack for Eye Judgment on eBay. 4 figures.
Damn.
For the whole set.
Shit.
Yep. So I was really debating buying it. I was like, I can't do it, bro.
Yeah.
Second game, I think, well, we talked about this franchise earlier today. I played Metal Gear Solid 1 for the first time.
Yeah.
Earlier this year. Mm-hmm. And I was shocked by... I was like, dude, the game writing in this game is like way better than games today. I was like, what the hell?
Crazy when it came out. How good it was.
That's why your guys' perspectives is so interesting to me because like I was born the year this game came out, right? Mm-hmm. So I obviously have no context about like the conversation around Metal Gear Solid 1. So like I assume it was like a huge fucking
it was huge, dude.
For you guys, like
huge
back in the day.
Yeah, there was no game bigger than this. Honestly, it was a defining moment. I don't know. Like when I played it, I was like, "This is a moment in history." Like this is like, I was gonna say 9/11, but good, but kind of. You know, like it's like you just like crashed like into the twin towers of my brain, and all of a sudden I'm just like, whoa! The potential of video games was completely unlocked. Like voice acting in general was like what always made me pop off. You know, like when I heard it in Super Metroid. Remember, Brad?
Yeah.
The last Metroid is in captivity. And I just like pog face. I'm like,
Yeah, you
fucking
got to
talk-
remember we're that old where just hearing a voice was fucking crazy.
talking in a video
Yeah, I
game
guess
and it
that's
sounds
true,
that
yeah.
clean, you know, versus
Yeah.
Kefka in Final Fantasy VI going wah, 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 and I thought that was
Mhm.
awesome, you know. But then to actually hear a sound coming, like a voice coming out of my Super Nintendo. So when Metal Gear Solid came out, I was like, this is the power of the compact disc right here. This is the amount of memory that they can have because there's so much voice acting. And I thought Soul Reaver was another game that changed my
Oh, that's a great game.
changed my chemistry because that game had like good acting, Amy Hennig, you know, early Amy
Yep.
Hennig writing. So it's like the writing was excellent, and then but even then like there wasn't as much talking. And then most of the talking you always heard in like PC games mostly. You know?
Yeah.
But then even in light of the PC games and the amount of talking and dialogue, you see that like Metal Gear Solid just blew that all away. You know, the fact that you can just call your friends up on a codec and just like ask them for advice or like just like you're bored or whatever like that's like before cell phones existed, and I can just like text Brad or whatever like, hey Brad, what do you think about the Silk Song boss or whatever like that. Like,
Oh yeah.
like that mentality didn't even exist back then to be able to just hit up your friends at any time and because you want to talk to them, you know. So to have that in a video game, it felt like I was playing the future, you know.
Yeah.
And we were.
Yeah.
Dude, the craziest thing is like people talk about Kojima being like he really wants to like play around with the video game medium, do things no one has ever done before. And I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 1. I got to a point where like call Meryl or whoever the fuck on this codec call. And I'm like, where the fuck is the number? And then I can't remember the steps.
The back of the case.
It's literally on the back of my PS5 case. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? I type in the codec call, worked. I'm like, oh shit! Like the fact that like I have to interact with something outside the game for like to progress in the game. I think it's so fucking cool, dude. Like Kojima, like obviously Kojima master at his craft, but playing Metal Gear Solid 1 and actually having that context really made me appreciate his work even more. Like the torture scene, like you feel like the dual shock vibrations during the torture scene, or the Psycho Mantis. Like you can in the Master Collection, you can put like the save files and like
have them
blocks.
say
He's
stuff.
like, oh, it's Castlevania, Silent Hill. I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool, dude.
Hideo Kojima, as someone who's written about him many times and who's interviewed him twice now, and he was talking to him like on and off, like off the record and stuff like that. He is somebody who finds the boundaries of the screen here as a limit. He thinks that it's limiting that video games can only exist on a screen and you control them on a play thing. So he is always trying to bring that experience outside. He wants it to be 4D. He wants it to be 5D. So that's why he's like, ask you to check the back of your case. That's why he made Boktai, and he wants you to go out in the sun and solar power your powers with your Game Boy. That's why I don't know. That's why he creates conspiracy theories about his own games, because he wants people to talk about them. You know.
Oh, like the whole Phantom Pain reveal with like the Moby games.
Exactly. With that studio. I forgot the name of the studio already, but yeah,
fake studio, right? Yeah.
And he involved fucking Jeff Keighley as part of that lie too. You know,
and his schemes.
Yeah, he's always scheming, but he's always thinking about what's outside the box. What's literally outside the box. How can I get people to interact with this game with that isn't just playing the video game? You know. Listening to the music, engage. That's why, like in his recent Kojima Strand event, he's thinking about like, oh, how can I change digital entertainment? He's still on that bag. I don't know if he's gonna do it. I don't know how much more you can do. But that's why like he's so interested in AI. That's why he's so interested in AR, because like these are finally technology that allows him to kind of think about that stuff like more tangibly than theory. You know.
Yeah. I mean, just think about the way he revealed PT. I remember watching that Gamescom press conference 2014 live. And like, I think it was after a Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay trailer. It just cuts to like, oh, this is like one of the scariest games ever made. And you see like actual reactions from players playing it. PT, playable teaser, out now. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm not really going to play it. And then the next 48 hours, 72 hours on social media, it was just like, wait, Kojima's involved? Wait, what's going on? Yeah.
I remember. Do you guys ever see the live stream of the first person to ever beat PT and realize that it was a Silent Hill teaser?
No,
Yeah,
never seen that.
I don't think so.
There,
Is
there
that
is
still up?
the video should exist somewhere. I don't think it's lost media, but I think it was preserved. There was a girl who was streaming it, and then she was like, "Oh my god, that was great!" And it just shows Silent Hill, and it's Silent Hill. What?
Yeah.
Like it's such a pure like moment. She just becomes the first person to realize that she was playing Silent Hill the whole time.
It's
So
funny.
good. Spoilers for
All right.
PT, I guess.
Spoilers for PT.
Yeah.
All right. This is from Crapton Picard. Hey, fellas. Hades 2 released out of early access this past week. Anyone planning on checking it out?
Fuck
Did
no.
any of you play the first one? I was a huge fan of Hades and been eagerly waiting to fully release. I absolutely love the game so far. It's familiar yet different. It's polished to a sparkling shine. The game does seem like it has some twists, and I'm having a lot of fun peeling back the story every run. Thanks. I'll get drunk and listen. I do want to play Hades 2. I don't know when I'll get to it. But next week, the plan is to have Colin and Jason Polanski of Atari on. And Jason's been playing Hades 2, so we'll get some coverage there at least. But just the fucking title. I mean, there's 3 games coming out this week.
There's too many games, man, and I play Hades 2 already early access. I want the full game, and I will get to it. It is the highest rated score on Metacritic right now over Expedition 33, which I think is kind of crazy, actually. I know I talk shit about Expedition 33 all the time, but it's like Hades 2 is the game. Okay,
Critical Darling, that and the first one, I guess.
The game journalists love Hades, and to be fair,
they love Hades. They love Destiny.
I am one of them too. So Destiny also.
They used to, at least.
That
when
is
it was
true.
Prime.
Yeah.
I remember every game journalist loved Destiny.
Yeah, but Hades is definitely one of them too.
Yeah.
I still haven't played a Supergiant game. If I do,
really?
I want to play like Bastion and what's the other one? Transistor first.
Yeah.
Bastion's great. I played Transistor for a little bit. I tapped out of it, but but Hades is great. Hades is one of the best games of the last 10 years, I think, for sure.
Dope,
All right. This is from Treperoth. Greetings, Summon Sign Spooky Boys. With spooky season coming up and a spooky game on the docket, I was curious if you guys, like me, make sure to play spooky games around spooky season. Will you save a certain game for it? Will you put a game you're playing on hold to slot in a spooky one? If so, what are some spooky games you plan on playing? Thanks for being great. Can never get enough Gene and Brad, and love when you all have guests on. Stoked to check out some of Radec's content. Keep doing what you do. All right, first, do you indulge in the spooky season and play spooky games? Radec's nodding his head yes. What do you got planned, Radec, for this year?
Every Halloween season, I replay Medieval.
Great Halloween game. Yep, great Halloween game.
Super cozy. Already talked about it earlier. The other game I always replay is Until Dawn. I think Until Dawn is like low-key like one of the most important PS4 games. Like I feel like people tend to forget that Until Dawn was
really big when it came out. I remember
huge on Twitch. It was like that when Twitch was like finally becoming a thing, and like Until Dawn was like the game everyone was playing. And it's a great casual game too. Like I know a lot of like IRL friends who aren't really tapped into video games, both male and female.
It's such a good game for that. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like a great party game. Those are the two.
Okay.
Until Dawn, Medieval remake.
Okay. Gene, what about you?
I do like to play spooky games during, but I don't know. I was gonna say Silent Hill F for that. Okay. I was gonna be like, again, that speaks to my level of excitement for Silent Hill F. I was like, I'll get to it when I get to it,
Yeah.
And then when I read again, it goes back to the IGN review that gave it that gave it a 7 and was kind of down on it. And when I read it, like all these criticisms of it, I was like, that sounds like a perfect survival horror game. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I heard from some other people. Of course, Susie Hunter was sponsored, and she did a recent video essay about it. So she's been telling me all about that game. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I got to check this out now. So I asked for a code. Konami did not give me a review code for this. And Konami doesn't like me for some reason. I have to ask for the review codes. They like me enough to give me codes, but they won't give. They're not going to give me first preference. Which is understandable. I haven't been the biggest fan of Konami as most people recently. Now I'm like, I wish you guys would send me these earlier because like.
You're cooking.
Delta F, like it's really good shit. So I don't know what I'm gonna play now. Probably finish Chronos because I'm not gonna get to that anytime soon. again, shout out to Bloober Team. Keep it up to them for making good games. And other than that, though, I'll probably now that I'm in such a hardcore Silent Hill mood, I think I am going to turn my Steam Deck into a little emulator. And well, it already has an emulator. But the only game I have on it emulated is God Hand. So I think I have a spare Steam Deck. I think I'm going to make the extra Steam Deck my PlayStation 1 and 2 emulator station.
Hell yeah.
And that will include, of course, Silent Hill 1 and 2 and 3. I already have Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition on my Steam Deck, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I really want to play Silent Hill 1 and 3 again. Get back to the core story of the cult and everything. And it's been such a long time. So I probably will turn it into a Silent Hill holiday for me, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I love playing spooky games in Halloween time. Medieval's a great pick, actually, Radec. I would like to revisit that sometime if I get time, because I did like it. But I definitely am going to play Tormented Souls 2 that comes out like later October. I want to say it's like 23rd or something like that. It's from like an indie dev, but the first game was a survival horror game, fixed camera, perspective, all that kind of shit. Cool game. So I'm hoping to see the improvements they made in the second game and stuff like that. So I'll definitely check that out. Chronos, I would like to get to. Just don't fucking know if I'll be able to get to it or not, but I am interested in that game as well.
Yeah, too many games, so little time, bro.
Yeah, so those are kind of the two main ones for me. But yes, definitely going to be playing spooky games if I can. All right, this is from Mutter12. This has to be the best generation for horror games, easily. Dead Space Remake, Alan Wake 2, Silent Hill 2 Remake, Ludo, RE4 Remake, Callisto Protocol, Silent Hill F, Chronos, and Tormented Souls, just to name a few. What do you guys think? Are we in the golden era for horror? Gene, what do you think? You think we're in the golden era right now? For horror.
Well, you forgot Mouthwashing.
Like,
Mouthwashing is, I think, the best game out of all of these, actually, too. Yeah, even in light of Silent Hill F. The nice thing about Mouthwashing is that you can't criticize its combat. It is a survival horror. It is a survival horror game that dares to actually address the problem with survival horror games, is that they always try to force combat into every game when it's like, honestly, we're not really here for the combat. Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good era. There's just a ton, and they're finally being made. The horror game has not been very profitable for people, which is why
outside Resident Evil.
Resident Evil is the only one.
That's why they're not doing Dead Space 2 remake.
That's why they're not doing Dead Space 2 remake. That's why they're not. That's why Alan Wake took 10 years to make. That's why Alan Wake 2 still struggles. That's why they're not making Silent Hill games. Because Silent Hill games haven't sold that well. I can't believe there was that tweet that says, "Yeah, I'm watching people playing Silent Hill F, and it just looks like this, and it's the SpongeBob meme, and he's literally in the Silent Hill hallway." And it's like, dude, like so many people know about Silent Hill like through memes and like through vibes, but they never actually played the games. I was like, you need to buy the games.
Movies too, maybe, I don't know. Probably that got people into it. Maybe.
Are those worth watching? Or
the first one may be worth watching. There's some kind of cool shit in it. Second one, I literally don't remember anything about it.
I don't remember anything about the second one. It was terrible. The first one is like half cool, half like really, really disgusting. But it gets the vibes right. The story is awful, and I'm not even really like. It was Christopher Gans who made one good movie, and that's it. But they call him a visionary director because he made the one good movie. That's not even that good, honestly. It was like fine. And then that movie was stupid because they replaced Harry with a woman because they thought that it was too feminine for a man to be looking for his daughter.
So dumb.
It's so stupid.
That's so weird.
And
he's making a new movie, right?
He is making a new one. That's why I don't have a lot of faith. Like he hasn't made a good movie since. He's made that one good movie, Brotherhood of the Wolf. That's it. It was okay. It wasn't even that good.
Dude, I saw the trailer for that and like, bro,
it looks fucking horrible, dude. Holy shit, dude! Have you seen? Bro. Dude, that trailer looks terrible, man. Oh my god,
awful.
That's the Silent Hill that we're used to as fans. It's garbage. That's some real shit.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. I think we're in a great time for horror games, though. I'd have to look back at all the old horror games that came out because there's so many. There's so many fucking horror games, dude. Especially in the PC space, it's fucking crazy how much there is.
Oh yeah,
but
like you got like Five Nights at Freddy's, Amnesia,
crazy
Slenderman,
amount, yeah.
that whole
But we're definitely in a good spot right now, I feel like. So I can't complain. All right, final writing here is from KB. Hey, gents. Neil Druckmann has openly praised Elden Ring for its environmental storytelling and its emphasis on player freedom. My question is this. If Intergalactic ends up being a Souls-like, do you think it has a chance of being among the best in the genre, given Naughty Dog's technical and gameplay expertise? Thanks. I don't know. What do you think, Gene? You think this could be one of the best Souls-likes if it is?
Intergalactic?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Neil was that was my conversation that I had with Neil when it came to Elden Ring. And actually, Neil had that conversation with me because a bunch of game critics were going after me because I said Elden Ring had a narrative, and they said, no, it doesn't. And then so like fucking Cory Barlog and Neil Druckmann both had to like come to my defense, and they say, no, this is what video game narratives are. It's so stupid. I fucking hate that controversy. So that's why like Neil decided to just have a conversation about like, Souls-like, and he wanted to talk about like what he admires about it. So does it have to be a chance to be best in genre? No, I don't think so. Even in terms of gameplay expertise, I don't think Naughty Dog holds a candle to FromSoft at all. In terms of technical expertise and narrative gameplay expertise, and yeah, sure, it could be the best blockbuster or like the best like mainstream friendly Souls-like, but it's not going to be a Hidetaka Miyazaki original. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to say just based off his past games. I don't know. I think the narrative could be really compelling and stuff like that. I don't think the narrative will be handled the exact same way as the From Software does it. I think it'll be much more straightforward in a lot of ways, like their past games, because that's what Naughty Dog's kind of known for. And we've gotten tease of that, I guess, what we've seen the game. But I am curious to see how they handle exploration in this game. We've gotten brief moments of exploration in their games, like, Last of Us Part 2 has like some stuff with the horse section, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Uncharted, driving around in the Jeep and stuff like that. So I'm really curious to see how they flesh that out. But I'm not ready to say it's going to be among the best quite yet. But what do you think, Radec?
Yeah, I really have no doubts for Naughty Dog. They never made a bad game. Actually, let me rephrase that. They never made a bad game since Crash Bandicoot. Because I saw like their games pre-Crash Bandicoot, like Way of the Warrior. I'm like, all right, like this is like trash.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really have no qualms about that, to be honest. The thing is, I just need to see this game. Like, I need to see gameplay before I have like a proper feel for it. I thought the reveal trailer was good. I think in terms of like compare that to like when Last of Us was a new IP at the time, that reveal trailer was like way more exciting, way more hype for me. Like, I bought into that vision and what they're trying to do.
Reveal trailer Last of Us 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so good with the combat in that apartment complex, and we almost got we got something close to that in the final game, and we got something way closer to it in part 2 for sure, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's funny, like if Intergalactic ends up being a Souls-like, did you guys watch the Last of Us 2 documentary they made?
I
like last year.
Yeah.
Very interesting. A lot of cool tidbits in there. One of them was Last of Us 2 was originally.
I should watch that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Last of Us 2 was originally going to be inspired by Bloodborne. It was going to be a lot more open areas with a heavy emphasis on melee combat.
That's right.
Instead of which Guns I thought, yeah, I'm glad they didn't do that. Like, I'm actually really glad they didn't do that. Say that for a new IP like Intergalactic. Yeah. And yeah, I think they'll deliver a great game. Another thing, they got Kurt Margano, the gameplay director of Last of Us 2, on that.
He rules.
And this guy's fucking.
He rules.
I think he might be the cream of the crop at Naughty Dog for sure. Like, he's so fucking good at what he does. So
yep, he rules. Yeah, Naughty Dog has so much talent. So yeah, I think this is probably going to be the best attempt at it outside of FromSoft, in terms of like, because like you see Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor like also try to do that too, and those are great games too. I really like them, but it's like Yeah, but it's like they don't really hit that bar, and it's like Naughty Dog might hit that bar, in terms of like storytelling and like presentation and gameplay.
Yeah, the only frustrating thing, and this is probably due to the cancellation of factions, is like it's gonna be 7 years probably, because I assume this is gonna be a 2027 game, and their last original game was Last of Us Part 2 in 2020.
Oh my god!
So 7 years for like a brand new Naughty Dog game is
it's a long time.
so I feel like expectations are going to be even higher for this one.
This is their Cyberpunk, really.
Honestly,
yeah, this is their Cyberpunk, because it's like Cyberpunk took forever to make, and it's like, okay, well, we'll see. That's the nice thing about Elden Ring, is that like Elden Ring came out, but like FromSoft was already busy the whole time. It's not like we were missing FromSoft.
They're putting stuff out.
Oh yeah. Didn't they put like Armored Core the year after? Something like that?
Yeah. They come out with Armored Core the year after, and just before that, just a couple years before, just 2 years before, it was Sekiro. Or 2018, but still, Sekiro was phenomenal.
Plus, they have Duskbloods coming out next year. They're like putting out games
they're
consistently.
They are very consistent. And they just put out Night Rain and stuff this year too. So
Erdtree was
Erdtree
by itself is already its own game. You could have just sold that for $60 and people wouldn't complain.
They're crazy.
So yeah, but the problem is, because like Naughty Dog is scanning all these people in, and they're going to make sure that Tati Gabrielle is going to look exactly like Tati Gabrielle in real life, and
Tony Dalton looks like exactly like
Tony Dalton is going to look like exactly like how he does, and it's going to be the most incredible looking game. But Kojima is able to do it, and he makes games faster. That's a crazy thing.
Well, before we end, I hype check for Fizzit. You guys hyped?
I'm so hyped, of course.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it couldn't be more. The way the cool thing about Fizzin is that like I have no idea what to expect. Like my brain is going into like several different directions, and they're all exciting directions.
Do you think it's Robert Pattinson?
For sure, it's got to be.
I hope so. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome
so.
if it was him. Yeah, I hope so. That'd be so sick.
Mm-hmm. That's the one time I'm like, oh yeah, well, what if Tom Holland is in this game? Like, no, but like Robert Pattinson and dude, actually, I would love a Tom Holland / Hideo Kojima work too. I want.
Yeah, they got Nathan Drake in the Hideo Kojima game. What?
Yeah, dude,
crazy.
I would love Kojima to work with every actor he wants to.
Yeah, me too.
Can't wait for it in 2031, 2032. So,
oh God, dude,
it's gonna
Brad
be
and I were talking about this. We're gonna be 55 years old. We're gonna be 50 years old when we're playing.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be a minute. All right, that is it, everybody. Thank you for watching, listening. Radec, thank you, man, for joining us. It was a lot of fun. If people want to find out more about you, see your stuff, where should they go?
I'm at Real Radec, one word, RealRadec, on every social media platform: TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Blue Sky as well. So I got the handle on lockdown everywhere. If you see that handle, good chance it's me. And yeah, Gene, Brad, thank you guys for having me on. As I said before, it felt kind of surreal. Like I've watched you at game trailers for like over a decade. Gene, like I feel like, I don't know, I just kept seeing your PFP on my Twitter feed. I was like, yeah, this guy consistently has good takes. I might as well follow him. And years later, here we are. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. Of course. Gene, thanks for being on as always. Good to have you. Enjoyed your Ghost of Yōtei discussion. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And I'll see you on Punching Up tomorrow.
Sure thing. It's a real pleasure to chat with Radec. A bit of a big fan of his. I always joke with Radec that he should be the real host of Sacred Symbols. Get someone with real passion and love for PlayStation franchises in there.
Get someone who played Super Rubber Dub in there.
As opposed to just Mega Man and Castlevania.
Yeah, he should be like a call-in like analyst or something like that.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice to actually talk to somebody who like actually like appreciates like the deep history of PlayStation. Even as someone as young as him, and you're not that young anymore. You're actually getting older.
Yeah, I'm Unk status now.
You are approaching Unk. Actually, how old are you now?
27.
Okay, yeah. So I was definitely called Unk when I was 27. So you are Unk status now. Yeah, it's just nice to actually talk to someone to that actually like appreciates like the deeper history and like intricacies and what makes PlayStation special. Like, you're a real PlayStation
likewise.
fan, so
Thank you. Like, I remember like talking to you. Like, we talked for like 30 minutes about Mr. Mosquito. Out of all games.
Yes, Mr. Mosquito is incredible. All those old weird Japanese games, and also of course like your knowledge of hip hop. Of Joe quote unquote Budin.
Just flip button, dude.
So we didn't even mention earlier. Did we mention that Radec is the source of the God of War the Joe Budden meme?
No, I don't think we did.
So Radec tweeted that as a joke that Joe Budden had auditioned for the role of Kratos in the Amazon God of War show, and people like the entire hip hop community just ran with it and just started like, because Joe Budden is a rapper, but he's not like that good, like he's got into battle rap and he's lost like a lot of times,
Those clips are so fucking funny.
Which is why like he's a good source. He was a great source of like Drake and like the whole Drake and Kendrick beef, because like he could like break down like what makes a good beef or not, because like he has been on the other side of both ends, right? And so he has a podcast called the Joe Budden Podcast, and it's definitely one of the best podcast, like hip hop podcasts out there.
Yeah, for sure.
He's had so much like crazy takes over the years and like crazy shit he said. So like people would just interstitial his clips with whatever Kratos was saying. Like Kratos is like lifting Atreus out of like the rubble, just like yelling at him about like some crazy shit. And then
that day, oh man!
And then it got all the way up to Joe Budden himself. Like other like record producers, like Metro Boomin was like laughing at the stuff. Like actual hip hop stars were laughing at Joe Budden, at the whole Joe Budden Kratos meme, until it got to Joe Budden himself, and he was cracking up about it. Joe Budden was like, "I don't know who Kratos is. I don't know who this bro is. Like I never auditioned for it." And then he talked about it in the podcast, and the other podcast members were so like gaslit by Radic's tweet that they're like, "No, but you did talk about it though." Like they actually believed the tweet. And Joe was like, "No, I never did this. I've never done this. I don't know who this guy is." And then they were telling him like, "No, but to be Kratos, that's actually great though. He is him of the PlayStation like franchises. Like you would want to be Kratos." And like, okay. It was just an incredible moment. Like I wish I could have as much of a cultural impact as Radec does.
Oh, personally. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. It's always the Kratos ones that go the most viral.
It is a Kratos one.
During the Kendrick and Drake beef, I made like a fake Instagram story of Drake posting a clip from God of War 3
fuck yeah.
as a response. Bro, the amount of people who believe that.
What was the quote too? It was
like the hands of death could not defeat me.
Yeah.
The sisters of fate could not hold me. I've come back and I will have my revenge. And like people thought that Drake actually posted that on his IG story. And bro, everyone's like, "Oh, Drake is so corny." Bro, you're not him. At least Kratos won't abandon his own daughter. Like the amount of mileage that tweet got. Oh man, that was like
they went really far. They really ran with that. But that's because it's believable that Drake would just look at God of War and be like, "Yes, dude, that's me right there."
I also made one with Infamous 2. Like he posted, like I made a fake one where he posted about Infamous 2, like a Cole McGrath quote.
Yeah, Cole McGrath.
Kind of viral. Just the thought of Infamous, like Drake playing Infamous 2, a second playthrough on evil mode is so funny to me. It's like Drake would never fucking do that.
Yeah, but Radec and also I talk about a real rapper who actually really does love a certain PlayStation game, Mr. Kanye West.
Oh my god! Dude.
Yeah, Radec was talking to me about fucking boards and shit.
Yeah. Because Kanye would be like, "Yeah, I've been stuck on this board," and it's like, "Dude, it's just."
Oh my god! I forgot about that.
It's just a school level. It's just a school area, like the school zone. Like he's so like unk-brained that like he's still thinking about video games in like Pac-Man or Donkey Kong like terms,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the first time I learned about that term. I was like, "What board? Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?" And then Gene was like, "Oh yeah, board. Like that's like what we used to call levels back in the day."
Yeah, back in the
there's a term older than levels. Like what? Like,
it's the old arcade boards. But Kanye is obsessed with Last of Us. He's played like 200 hours of The Last of Us 2.
I I just know the higher ups at Naughty Dog are so pissed that the most famous person in the world who's a Last of Us fan happens to be Kanye West.
Yeah. The anti-Semitic guy who loves a guy directed by a Jew. I think he's even said that too. He was like Neil Druckmann, I know you're Jewish, but you're cool, or something like that.
Holy shit, dude!
He loves The Last of Us. He actually even invited the Tate brothers after they got freed from jail, and he invited them into their house. And the first fucking thing he does is fucking just shows them The Last of Us 2, and they just sit around watching fucking Kanye play Last of Us 2. And it's like, what is? It's so crazy. Anyways,
Like, bro, like, I know we love those games. Like, you cannot be, bro. Like, if this guy has not platinumed The Last of Us yet, I'd be actually mad at Kanye West. Like, because he has like thousands and thousands of hours in that game. It's like, I don't know, man.
I get it though.
It's
Hey, Huber plays a bunch of Last of Us over and over again too, right?
That's true.
That's
He
true.
does,
That's
yeah.
true.
Like,
And to Kanye's credit, he is like a gamer. Like, he grew up playing video games. I remember he mentioned Tatsunoko versus Capcom like a decade ago. Like, oh, that's like one of my favorite Wii games.
no,
like,
the whole reason why he got into music was because he wanted to make video game music. You know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the whole reason why he started to teach himself how to make beats is because he wanted to make video game music. You know, he loves Sonic the Hedgehog. He loved Genesis. So,
dude, there are pictures from like E3 2015 of like Naughty Dog with Kanye backstage showing him like Uncharted 4 gameplay, like never before seen, and then look at a decade later. Let's look at him now. It's like, oh man, how the mighty have fallen.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, how things have changed. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you for watching, listen. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Later. Summon Sign is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Brad Ellis. The show is produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Summon Sign, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we are grateful for your kind contribution and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.